Howdy folks, welcome to Mosaic Team 5, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Kara, Olive, and Ari. We are all dressed in black to celebrate the new year. This is a continuation of a celebration of Ari and John's wedding.
Yay.
As we continue the theme colors to start this new year off. Tomorrow night, for our D&D group, we will be dressed in gold, the other half of the wedding colors.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I announced it on the State of Alberon. Speaking of which, if you missed the State of Alberon, the vast majority of our announcements are going to be available there. It's on YouTube. You can see it. It's like a 25-minute video, and it talks all about the different things that we will be doing on 2025. Talon, I thanked you because you're here all the time, and I appreciate you. Thanked a couple other people as well. There is a whole bunch of cool content that is coming up next year, so check that out. We also have, that's really all the announcements that I have. Go check out the video for more. And now it's time for this week's session
of Mosaic Team 5.
Mosaic Team 5. All right, welcome back. Let me change our music out here. We'll go into something a little bit more appropriate for the calm environment that we're walking into. All right, Mosaic Team 5. Last we played, your team of bounty hunters began in the drift, having just escaped the failing power of the Vesk prison ship you had raided alongside Mosaic Team 1. Echo, now reunited with their batch in 899, found themselves unexpectedly seen as the primary unit that the other Echoes looked to for approval. With various goals abound amongst the batch, most of the Echo units opted to go back to the Vivarium, en route to eventually making their way to the Mechanic for their next move, with the exception of one of your batch who decided that their life mission was really to become a chef, and you brought them along.
Nice.
Echo, you secured the shuttle for these Echoes and 899 to use to return to the Vivarium and further points beyond. Bubbles, you spent some time speaking with Hisoka, the father of Spice, who gave you some fatherly advice around the complexity of relationships.
I gave him advice.
He then told you, Bubbles, that with just one last job, he could pull himself, Spice, and the rest of his kids out of debt for good, truly exemplifying a gambler's mindset. Shade and Echo both independently spoke with Natilda Summit, the corporate spy who had worked for Jacinto, and while neither of the androids trusted the corporate spy, you decided the info she might be able to bring was worth keeping her alive and setting her free. You hailed a nearby merchant, one Plickety Datsun, of Datsun Salvage. The long-winded salesman was a buyer, seller, and trader of all types of things, which really called to Spice's heart. Spice spent nearly 60,000 credits, purchasing a thermal selection grenade, a broken hoverboard for Gibbs, and the most expensive item by far, a mummy's hand, for 50,000 credits, which, after Spice had a heart-to-heart with Plickety about deadbeat dads, the salesman confided was really more about the ring attached to the hand. Shade, you learned that you had been salvaged by Plickety from a ruined craft, along with some fuel and a few other odds and ends, and confirmed that they had sold you to Peep, or at least somebody matching their description. You bid the oddity salesperson goodbye after making a number of purchases, including also a religious icon and cardboard cutout, and made your way to the moon of Kalu Kalu and the Elysium Resort built upon the tidally locked planet Hot Springs. You arrived, left the corporate spy on the landing pad, and proceeded by limo to your rooms. Mesra, the four-armed Kasatha pit fighter you freed from the prison, paired up with Spice. Gibbs, you paired up with all of your Yosoki clanmates to go to this room. Bubbles, you paired up with Hisoka to have a great time gambling for candy in the room as you prepared. Shade and Echo, each of you have rooms to yourselves, all within the hallway on the second floor of the Elysium Resort. But here, at roughly 11:30 at night on Saturday, the 9th of June, that is where we begin this evening. Oh yeah, you brought Squeak,
Yeah,
right?
pets are allowed.
I mean,
Yeah, Shade brought Squeak. Shade
And some
brought
of the
Squeak.
guests are pets.
Some of the guests are pets. You had seen, you would remember, a trio of these like centipede humanoids. They're not pets. They're just not human.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about people who brought their actual pets.
Sure. I guess you had tried to bring Mesra in as a humiliation girl initially.
Exactly.
So that's fair. That's fair.
And Natilda.
That's
but
true.
We set her free.
So we come to tonight at 11:35. It is within the Elysium Spa on Kalu Kalu. All of you are within your individual rooms. These rooms are like massive. They kind of sprawl out. There's king-size beds. There's little individualized set-away seating areas. There is culinary synthesizers Mark III. There is an individual kind of ensuite hot spring that is basically like a 15-foot wide bathtub that goes to most people's knees. For you, Gibbs, and the Yosoki is like at its deepest point, you can fully stand submerged. It's like a really nice, and it's actually, you can tell, fed from the planet itself. Made from brushed dark stone that has thin seams recessed into it to form these little shadows of kind of light scattered from these orbs that float in the air. Serving as lamps in this place, they don't have just like direct white light. And Gibbs, you found that when you near these orbs, they kind of latch on and follow you almost by like static, and you can just push them away and have them stay somewhere. But they provide this like ambient light wherever you go. Some of your Yosoki end up making like little games of it and sticking them on their heads.
I was
and,
thinking
like,
Stegosaurus.
oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
You definitely see like one of them like jitters, all of their mechanical parts kind of clicking and whirring. They have like a mohawk of these little orbs, but yeah, no problem.
Nice.
You can fit all of these Yosoki into the room with you without issue. What are you all doing? Yeah.
Can I go backwards a little?
Yeah.
As we talked about.
Yeah.
So when we get on the ship after the prison barge,
Mhm.
I would have taken some of the Yosokis aside, or all of them really, and been like, we're still short one. Would anyone have fur or maybe a sandwich that Hoagie would have left behind?
Give me one
A
second.
memento.
Let me pull up.
Did you say memento
my-
or pimento?
A pimento.
That's a good sandwich, too.
Memento.
A memento. Okay, so I would say, as you say that, probably 9 would be the one who would kind of approach you. Gray Yosoki, bright pink paws and ears. You know that this Yosoki is about your age, but they kind of totter up and they say, "We weren't really supposed to save anything, but..." And like from their cheek pouch, they pull out just this sopping wet. You can see like cleanly trimmed a little lock of Hoagie's hair.
Cool. Gibbs will take it ecstatically and wetly. And be like, this is great. This is exactly what I need. Oh my gosh. Okay, give me 10 minutes. And Gibbs just pops down wherever she is. And if that's in an inconvenient place, too bad.
Okay.
Is going to spend 10 minutes casting the spell Reincarnate.
What?
Nice.
Is that using the thing? Oh my god, so you're using the thing on
I need
Hoagie.
the thing. I needed the thing to bring him back.
Oh my god! So, can you
wait,
only use it once? Does that mean if any of the player characters go down, you can't use it?
No.
So,
Hold on. It's complicated. It's more complicated than that.
She just has
Okay.
to buy more.
question for you.
Yes.
As you begin to concentrate and begin to focus your energies into the spell,
Yes.
you know that you need some kind of a monument or figure that is worth about 1,000 gold pieces, or 1,000 credits.
Like the gold hand.
No, like
This
the
is
statue that I fucking just bought.
Yeah,
That's not worth 1,000 credits.
that's like a hand of a statue.
Yeah, so the statue that you bought is the same kind of thing that you would buy at like a little bodega on the shelf for like $5.
It's like the model.
It's a
hand.
Buddha statue.
Oh, I thought you were
Okay,
talking about the
still.
golden hand of the carroty queen.
Okay,
That's
No.
what I was saying.
That probably closer to what you were looking for, but
That's Memphis.
specifically, it requires a special monument worth at least 1,000 credits to serve as a beacon for the departed creature's soul.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
A big pile of trash.
But I
And
also
then
need
put
the
a
thing.
gem on top.
Or some hoagies.
Okay. So, I don't currently have the thing. Sorry, I have the second part, the second paragraph of the spell. I don't have the first paragraph of the spell.
No worries.
So, fuck.
Do you want me to pull it up?
No, sorry. I mean, like, there's 2 requirements. I need a piece of the body and I need this monument. Gibbs does not have something worth 1,000 credit. I mean,
So you need to build a.
so I need to
1,000.
build.
It needs to be a special monument, so it can't just be, oh, I take
You're
1,000 credit
basically
diamond.
making an ofrenda.
Yeah,
Your
very
jetpack
But
much.
I can
might be
make an
worth
ofrenda.
So it needs to be.
Your jetpack's 1,000.
I'm pretty open to what the special monument could be, provided that it's genuine enough in its like intention to bring back Hoagie. It also needs to be worth 1,000 credits, and it
Okay.
there's some time that will probably go into this.
Okay. Gibbs would like to take the food printer from the mess hall,
Okay.
and instead of loading like whatever the ink cartridge that they load to like make the food out of, can Gibbs rip out those components and will engrave upon the side of it like memoriam to Hoagie.
So you're what I would say is you're in effect sacrificing your culinary synthesizer for this monument. But yes, you could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll talk to the crew real quick.
Okay, so rewinding
Okay,
a little
okay.
bit back when you are in the drift, still en route to Kalu Kalu,
Yes.
Gibbs comes out and has this conversation with all of you.
So this is before you guys bought anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Before.
So this is
It might be
before-
after, just in terms of like how the timeline
is this
would match up.
Yeah, so this is after.
You've
Plickety?
So you've spent the money, you've done
I'm
this
cool
with
with it. Bugs
Plickety.
can't even taste, so
Alright.
I don't even care.
So Gibbs will come out and be like, family meeting, real quick. Okay, I need to make a monument to Hoagie real quick in order for a spell to work. I need something to focus the spell through. And like coffees have funnels in them, coffee makers, and this is basically like a big old funnel but for food. And I think Hoagie would really appreciate it. How would you guys feel if I got rid of our food sympathizer if I buy one later on to replace it?
You know that was a gift from me, right?
But we've got rations for a couple days, and then we're gonna go to this fancy spa, and it'll be fine.
I don't really care. I just
How many UPBs would it cost to just build one?
So you guys have a Mark II, right?
Yeah, we have.
I just eat meat pucks that you've given me before I ever got stash. I just eat those. They're convenient.
Yeah.
You're looking at probably only like 1,200.
Oh yeah. Take it.
Really? Okay. And Gibbs just like scoots it off the counter and like rips the cord out and she runs it to the med bay. But like it stopped because she's not actually that strong.
No, and I would say like it's pretty substantial. Like it knocks you over, it falls on your chest, and like all the other Yusoki have to come. It's like a 4 Yusoki job, but you bring
Like
the printer. No problem.
the casket bearers, the pallbearers, we take this to the med bay.
Okay.
I'm gonna rip out the components I talked about. I'll write here lies Hoagie, but not for too long because for not long at all, hopefully. It gets real long because everyone like pop prints all over. It gets
Yeah.
real smudgy. So
Bugs will be there
then,
too because it's his room.
Okay.
okay, I put the fur in the funnel of this food synthesizer.
Okay.
Okay, and then
This is also so like
Okay.
your Yosoki. They bring this very very reverently. They bring this synthesizer, just like you said, pallbearers. There is just very serious expressions. For everything else that's going on within the ship, there are like these like arguments happening with Ahsoka, and you can hear yelling down the hall. This is like a very serious moment. And they bring it over, and you form this monument that is essentially just a clump of food. That the more that the Yosoki handle it, the kind of more like clumpy and weird it gets. But that's very fitting in a lot of ways. You can like add the fur in, and it kind of naturally, all of the Yosoki fur gets into this food, and it becomes this like weird amalgamation that almost looks like a Yosoki itself. And there's something very fitting about that, making something from food, especially for your clan, that went without for so long. But You create your monument, and this takes you most of your downtime. This is like what you are doing in the drift.
Yeah.
So for all of you, over like a day, this is occurring.
Cool. And then the actual spell takes 10 minutes to cast, and then part of it takes an hour to complete, which is the printing fundamentally of the new body.
Mm-hmm.
Yada yada yada. I have to roll
A D100.
a D100, of which I'd like to point out that all of the other ranges of species is like you get like 4% of 100. Yosoki is 1 in 100.
So that would be if you were using
Plus, if the Hoagie comes back,
the
with
Starfinder
something
table,
else,
but please roll a
would that
D100.
Cool.
Would that be such a problem?
So are we having like a Frosty but food situation
What
right
if he
now?
comes
Yeah,
back as
literally
an
Frosty
android?
the Snowman being printed out right
What
now,
would you
coming
do
to life.
if he was reincarnated as an android?
Or a
Family's
Would you
family.
still love him?
Or a hangy sandwich.
Ooh, what happened?
Do you still love me if I was a worm?
Yeah, literally.
You were a worm.
Well, he might be.
Okay, 62.
62. Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Bobby's gonna
He's
always
a
watch
living
all this
Hoagie.
happening. Because they're in his bedroom.
Whoa!
An uplifted sandwich.
Oh my god.
Like the can of beans. And...
It's just it's a spirited green bean can.
So no problem, Gibbs. You cast this spell after you spend about a day creating this like really sort of like haphazard monument that for most species would really be kind of like an affront, but for Yosoki, this is absolutely something that would be inviting. You can imagine from the afterlife this food, this huge offering of food, and especially the communal aspect of it, it would be very inviting. And sure enough, after you cast the spell, you begin to notice differences within this shape. You notice it first seems like it very quickly dries out and becomes kind of crumbly. And you can see like very guilty some of the Yosoki like looking over because it's still food. And as it dries out, if it's not working, you don't want to waste it. But as it is crumbling a little bit further and a
You
little
just
bit
need
faster.
to believe. Just believe.
Gibbs, this is like kind of making a mess.
No, close your eyes and focus with your hearts.
Okay, I'll keep doing that.
You close your eyes, you focus with your hearts. For anybody who walks by, it is
Philosopher's Stone.
5 Yosoki all like holding hands, Bubbles like very like hesitantly also part of this haphazard circle. And the dried food begins to crumble away. You notice the first change is that this individual, who is almost certainly Hoagie, you can see about the same shape and size, markedly different skin. The skin is like a bright green. You do see neon splashes of like a darker orange color across what is almost certainly like reptilian skin. You see there is a and like food crumbles away as one big webbed toe just kind of like makes its way out. Another one. And standing before you,
It's a
Like a
veggie.
frog man.
you may or may not have encountered a jubnumnin before.
No,
These
what the
are
fuck's a Jubnin?
like human-sized toads that stand on a single massive leg. You can see it is a webbed 3-toed leg. They look almost like a tadpole kind of that stands upright. You could see they like swing the single leg over, they plant it and then just slip and immediately fall down as they try to plant a second leg that is not actually there. They hit the ground, they open their mouth. You can see they're about 5.5 feet tall. So for all of you, like way bigger than all the rest of the Yosoki, they probably clock in around 200 pounds. This is just a massive person. But they look over, they kind of swing out, they rub this dried food away with these webbed hands, so they don't seem to notice yet. And they open for the first time these big black eyes. And they look around and they just go,
Hi.
Gibbs!
Yeah. I brought you back.
They look down at their hands now for the first time, and you see the eyes get even larger. There's no pupils to like dilate, but you imagine if there were, they would. They seem very uncertain at
Don't-
this new transformation.
Okay, I know
You
this is
see
probably a lot.
Jitters leans over to you. There's like the clicking and whirring of the machinery and all their kind of augmented pieces, and they just go, "Is this on purpose, Gibbs?" And this larger one just leans over and just goes, "Gibbs, you did this to me? Thanks, Gibbs." And they go and they hug you, and your bones like pop a little bit.
You're bigger
They're
now.
massively stronger than they were before.
You were big before, but now you're very.
Sorry, Gibbs.
Oh, go.
They let you go, and as they do, there is just slime that just kind of sticks to you
care.
and everything.
Yay!
But no problem. It kind of like slurps into your fur.
Oh, Gibbs, I just cleaned this place.
I don't care.
I mean, I'm happy for you, but like, oh no.
Hey, you! Don't be a downer. And they go over and they just go to hug you.
Give it like a placenta. He's reborn.
It just slides down the bubble. You can see just the slime almost hanging like a curtain in front of you. But yeah, they hug you.
Bubs is gonna take out of his inventory a meat puck,
Okay.
and he's gonna try to like be like, oh yeah, do you remember like food?
What do you mean remember? I was different now. I met you. You're
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
He takes a meat puck from you, wrapper and all, eats it,
Oh.
swallows it. No chewing involved. This individual has no teeth. But for most of the Yosoki, there's not a lot of chewing that goes on anyways. You have resurrected Yosoki, reincarnated.
We are all
Hoagie.
back together. Life is good.
And there is chants of we are all back together from all the Yosoki for
Gibbs,
the
this is
remainder
amazing,
day as
disgusting,
you make
but
your
really
way along.
amazing.
Just think about it. If you should die, I could bring you back.
You could be just like me. And you can see just
Oh.
spreads the arms. There's just like webs that are coming off, but
Well, sometimes grief demands an answer, and sometimes the best answer is silence. So
what?
That seems like
Yosoki are always like, what did he say?
I don't want to be that. Please don't bring me back as that.
General laughter. And the scene fades out as we jump forward again, back to Kalu Kalu and the Elysium Resort.
And now I level up.
And you level up. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Fast forwarding back to the Elysium Resort. It is 11:35, close to midnight. Is there anything that any of you want to do before beginning the next day where you will have the chance to choose between a couple of different activities?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Spice, I think probably falls asleep.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mesmer's with me. So we go into our thing, the key card into our door or whatever, and you see just before even getting into the door, Spice is taking off her heels, unclicking her helmet, unscrewing everything, unzipping, and then she is fully naked right as she walks in the door. Doesn't care that Mesra's there, doesn't care what Mesra does. She just goes into the bathtub or this hot spring, the individual one, falls asleep in there because I can breathe underwater.
I think it goes up to you're not even your torso.
Whatever,
I like
she's
the fact
it's so shallow.
She's laying on the bench.
well, what's
I
that?
mean, if you
She's
lay
just
down, you're
face
underwater.
down
Yeah.
in the water in the hot springs, and it's I'm so fucking exhausted after saving everybody's lives that she's just in the water now.
Okay, no problem. It takes a while for Mesra to kind of key into the fact, and I mean, you're unconscious. You have no idea what happens, but no worries.
I don't care what Mesra does at this point.
There
She
you go.
has she's her own being.
Okay.
Bubs is just gonna. You don't have to RP this. Just Bubs is over time as I do the watching the hotel amenity channel. We're gonna just slowly transition from less candy betting to just watching it and making funny comments about oh yeah, that person. I bet they don't even do tattoos that well.
Make a diplomacy check. That's tough. It's hard to distract Hisoka from gambling.
Well, yeah,
even this
slow turn. It's a
Oh yeah, but even what you're finding, Bubbles, is to distract them from gambling virtually impossible.
diplomacy.
Yeah.
That would be 9 plus 11, 20.
20. With the 20, you try time and time again to steer the conversation away from gambling, but it keeps coming back. And more than that, Hisoka towards the midnight mark begins to kind of say this is really fun, but we could gamble for something more. I mean, we could. I don't really have any money, but we could find some money.
I don't know, Yusoka. I mean, my stomach kind of hurts because of all the candy we ate. And
Well, you could stay here. You could just unclip me, and I could go find
no.
some way of
no,
coming up with a little bit of spending cash.
no. But I'm getting kind of tired. Why don't we just we go to the bed? I mean, it's late now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like midnight.
I'm kind of pooped. Aren't you tired?
He shrugs and he says, "You know, I've been locked up for so long, I haven't had a chance to just live. So, not especially."
Oh, we'll have so much fun tomorrow. There's like, Bub's like trying to think of things that are not like gambling or like exciting. You know, there's like, we could get like a facial. We could like, we could get like, like they have like pedicures and like manicures. And, for other species too, they have like, I don't even know what cures they have.
You know how we could make some money? There's a hot spring that's located here, and there's a record for the longest anybody's ever spent because of how hot it is. You're a human. That's the lowest record of anybody. You could beat that, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I bet I could definitely, but like, I don't know if I really want to.
Not everybody's strong enough. I absolutely understand.
I'm like the strongest person on the team, like, and like probably strongest human like ever.
You know what? I think you're getting just a little bit upset. It's okay. I'll ask Gibbs tomorrow.
No, I'm not. No, you don't have to ask. No, I could totally do it. It's just
I don't want you to hurt yourself. Is the only thing.
Are you serious? Like, look at these, and like Bubs is gonna like flex and not realize that he has the handcuffs still on and kind of like jerk him up. Look at these muscles.
No,
right?
they're very impressive. But all the same, I'll ask Gibbs or Echo or somebody with a go get them attitude.
Oh.
Go ahead, turn in for bed, and I'll just sit here, I guess.
Oh well, aren't you gonna sleep?
Eventually.
Okay. Bubs is going to. He like kind of made sure that before with the check.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Clear the room to make sure he doesn't do anything. Bubs is going to make sure the handcuffs really good on tight before he leaves.
Okay.
He already checked his person for anything. I believe I did that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You searched him very thoroughly. Nothing on him save that like fake suit that he had made from the prison garments.
Okay.
Did you check his butthole?
How deep you go in there?
Yeah.
I don't think Bubs.
How far are you gonna go with my dad?
So you're like 90% sure he's clean.
Okay, that's pretty good. Bubs will. Bubs trusts 99% germ sanitizer.
That's foolish.
That's pretty good numbers.
Massive germs.
Yeah.
So no worries. You make sure that Hisoka is as secure as you can possibly make him.
Yeah.
And then where are you going?
Sleep.
Okay, so then you just roll over.
Yeah. Bubs will like kind of fake sleep for a little bit just to see if he's gonna try to like make a break for it, but other than that,
he eventually gets to the remote and tries, like changing the channel, but aside from that, isn't doing anything.
Very soothing.
Not very interested in the amenities channel past the first run through. But no worries.
I mean, that's the whole fun part is watching it multiple times and seeing what you missed on the first one.
Looking for the Easter eggs. Anybody else have anything that they want to do before marking off a long rest?
Shade would file all of the necessary documentation.
Already
for
filed.
this mission. Would also contact the USR with the update on the yearning.
Okay.
Basically, that it was we encountered it on the recent.
We
We saw it. It was
It
there.
was last
And we let it
last
go.
noted to be
It yearned.
in
It
the
yearned.
remains of the ship.
And we didn't.
It was on emergency power.
Okay. You send that report off to the USR. You have a couple contacts there?
Yeah, I would do. Was it Admiral Woe?
Okay.
The
Calvin Well. He's the admiral of the 3rd Pacific Fleet. You had spoken to him previously.
He's the one who assigned us the original mission on.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. No problem. So you message them back. You don't get anything back from them immediately, but you don't imagine that you would.
Cryptic and stuff.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't work like that.
So you send that off. Anything else?
My pet Squeak.
Okay, that's free. So you pet Squeak. Echo, you just kind of like stand in your room.
In the
bath.
tub
In the bath.
specifically.
That's right. Enjoying the hot spring.
I info searched how to relax
Yeah.
in the hot spring and didn't get a whole lot, so I'm just standing there.
The 9th turns over to the 10th. It is Sunday. And as all of you wake up, and all of you do wake up, nothing bad happens to any of you, including, well, all of you, most of you are rooming with at least, so Gibbs like resurrected somebody from the dead.
Who needed to want to come back.
But yeah, but you also like, you don't really have any way of knowing. It's not like an imposter or an outsider who like took that over.
I wasn't worried about it until now.
Bubbles slept next to like one of the conniest con men's of all time, and then Spice just passed out next to like an infamous pit fighter.
Shade's probably monitoring the hallway in case anyone leaves their room.
Oh, and Bubs wants to monitor as well for housekeeping, because like if they come before we have like all these people in there, they're gonna be pretty pissed. They don't like you back in their rooms.
Yeah, maybe. But for what it's worth, at around 7 a.m., most of you are able to get up. I would say probably Gibbs, with all the Asoki and like the kind of party atmosphere, because they find out very quickly the Mark III synthesizer, beyond printing food, prints beer and intoxicants as well.
Right.
And so definitely like a party.
Yeah.
With and a lot of it really centers around Hoagie kind of like testing out their new form.
Yeah.
They were always the biggest Yosoki.
Right.
Now they're so much bigger. And
Yeah.
so like a lot of like Hoagie doing push-ups with the other Yosoki, things like that. But you get up a little bit later, and all of you can mark off a long rest. And with that long rest, if you haven't yet, you have leveled up.
Hell yeah.
Gibbs levels up.
So, on this first day, you have a number of different options open to you. There is something called the Cascading Soul Guided Meditation. This is a multiple hour experience that will give you some tangible benefits upon taking it that will last for your stay here.
Do we know what those benefits are? Or do we just have to figure it out?
Wellness.
General, you get the wellness.
Do we get
You're
a
taking
character
a
level?
yoga
It's
class.
cousin to the yearning. The wellness is their positive counterpart. No, so this is a relaxing guided meditation that is run by a star elf. There is this like, I would say anybody who's looking at this kind of menu and analyzing this as an option, you can make a mysticism check
Done.
to find out a little bit more about what this might do.
Are you doing the... So we all take mysticism?
No. 31.
So Gibbs, you look at this and you can tell this is a like mystically enhanced meditation practice that is also part ritual that will bolster by giving temporary HP for the duration of your stay here. It will also probably grant some kind of a spiritual benefit, maybe like resistance to psychic damage. But all of that, likely what you can get from there.
Whoa.
There is the Elysium Massage Center,
Thanks, Talon.
and with that, many of these options currently fully booked for the full day.
What the fuck, Tara?
But there is something called and Gibbs, you're not from Earth, so you don't really know what this is or how to pronounce it, but something called a Swedish massage.
A Swedish massage.
The deep tissue massages are all taken. The hot stone massages are all taken. The aromatherapy massages are all taken. You can see
I mean,
there
lady
is
massages, aromatherapy, if you
the
know.
pregnancy
Damn it.
massages are booked. The sports massages are booked. The shiatsu massages, the reflex massages are all booked. So most of the massages currently
Damn it!
taken for the day.
Wow.
There is 2 slots available for a classic facial. The hydrating facial, the microdermal abrasions, the chemical peels, those are all booked up. There is a druidically run meditation exercise that you could attend called Water and Air. This is something that likely has some healing benefits for things that you may have encountered in the form of diseases or curses. This is said to even help things like addiction. This is something that you could potentially gain the benefits of lesser restoration should you engage in the practice appropriately. This is the one where everybody is naked during it, and it does cost an additional 200 credits.
That sounds right up Spice's alley. Everyone's naked
There
and
is-
It's just
meditating.
money. Yeah, it costs more money.
There is the Elysium Entertainment Center. It's a massive movie theater with heated floors and seats. There's wait staff that can like deliver food and drinks to the tables. There is 4-dimensional films that are playing all throughout the day, and there's like a rotating cycle that you can get into. There is only a single slot because of Talon's Woe There was 2, but one of them got folded up right after you did this. At Dren's Tattoo Parlor.
No.
That's
All of
so
the
exciting.
options are available still. Nobody has booked the most expensive thing, which is an Inkwing tattoo, and that does take pretty much all day. But that's probably going pretty fast.
Faster than you.
The only thing that has almost full bookings available is the Cut and Comb, which is the hair salon and dyeing station. Those are all available. There is the Radiance Hot Spring that you could book some time in. This is one that has like a set of records for each species and how long people have managed to spend there. You can earn credits and your like photo up on this wall of like holographic photos if you beat the record. There is, and you can see Gibbs crossed out. For all of you see just crossed out. There was supposed to be something called the Underwater Grotto. The Underwater Grotto. This was going to have a lobby. It was going to have a whole hallway that was designed to be soothing just by passing through it. There was supposed to be a extra heated hot spring designed for like elemental plane of fire originating creatures. But this is something that still has not been completed, nor the Rings of Steam, nor the hothouse. That is all still listed as under construction and likely to be released 2 years ago. But that is what you see available for all of you. Yeah.
Echo submits like an expense request, Shade.
Okay.
Because they want to go to the Cut and Comb to get their tendons stretched, cut, and suspended.
Okay.
What? What does that do? What?
So you send this expense report to Shade. 1 second here.
What is the mechanical edition?
So,
And
raw, it's...
how much is the cost, I guess?
So, raw, the cost is 32,900. 32,900.
Wait, 30?
Unless there's like an upcharge because that's a salon.
It's actually just 30,000.
Oh!
30,000.
On sale!
It's not on sale,
Nice
but they do
haircut.
have an on-staff surgeon who is here specifically for this.
Sweet!
Yeah.
Bubs,
So that, how much do we have now? Because
Oh, you know who has all the expenses right now? It's Spice.
I believe you spent 51,000 credits. No, more than that. 61,000, I think.
So that's
Let me see.
9,000 left. Sorry, Bubs.
No, you guys got. I believe you got 100 grand, right?
Yeah, we have 100 grand, and
Right.
I
I was
spent
about
60.
to use 30,000.
Oh, yeah,
Plus
yeah.
60. Yeah.
So you approving the expense report for Echo?
Well,
Shit.
you don't get to, because it's given to Spice. Because I was the one who bought everything from Datson's, and she kept the rest.
Oh.
That's true. Yeah.
Forwards to Spice.
Yeah,
Don't drink their
you
communicator.
can forward it to Spice.
Well, if it came to me, I would send it to Peep for the approval.
Okay.
all Bubs' money goes to Spice anyway, so I don't see
Okay,
it.
so you send that to
Still?
Pete.
Still?
Give me 1 second.
So like a post-nup thing?
Yeah.
That's why you always
Forever,
sign.
you dated her for 6
Always
months and-
sign the prenup. Okay.
Bubs just signed it.
Okay. So you go ahead and you forward that to Peep. Give me 1 second here.
So I spent 64,000.
There you go. You get a call from Peep. You see, as you activate your communicator, the snow white fur of your very nervous-looking Isoki mission coordinator kind of swim into view, and he says, Shade, I just got a request for additional funds. I released all the funds to Spice already, 100,000 credits. It was supposed to be for everybody, she said. I'll be able to send more. It's just until we verify all the different bounties that Mosaic Team 1 said you brought, we won't be able to release additional funds. Hello? Oh, I think you're frozen. Shade, can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you.
You hang up on your boss. No problem.
And Shade's just gonna accept the charge
Okay.
and sit and pet Squeak.
Okay. So are you forwarding it to...
Yeah.
Okay. Spice,
Well, yeah.
you get a
I
message.
mean,
Wait, what?
Which is a forwarded, it's from, so the track goes from
Echo?
Echo to Shade to Peep to Shade to you.
Spice, okay.
And finally, 5 stops in, waiting your approval, can you give Echo 30,000 credits?
Okay, so in the scene, it's because obviously Spice doesn't have, like, she doesn't look at her communicator, but she's got her cinema queue floating up as she, like, wraps her towel as she's, like, doing her makeup. And cinema queue, like, beeps over, and she's like, forwarding, message from Shade, message from Echo, message from Pete, message from, and she's like, okay. Well, tell me what's up. And then so she sees 32,000 requested for tendon suspension. And then Spice, she's like, okay, this is from Echo. So she immediately calls Echo. Hey, honey. I heard you needed something that you wanted to install.
Just Spice. But Spice, how did you know?
Oh, and then she forwards you all the forwarding that just kept happening. And then she just also CCs everybody from Mosaic Team 5.
Why'd I get this email?
Yeah.
Ah,
We're keeping it all above board here.
ah.
And then you also see immediately after, Spice will give it to you, so it's minus 32. So we have
30.
Oh. So
It's
if it's 30, then we have 6,000 left.
Filthy rich.
Yeah, filthy rich. So I had 64, and then minus 30 is 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she goes, I was going to go to Dren's to get this, my new gray thing installed, but I already have so many augmentations. I was thinking it might be better for you. If you're down for augmentations, you could slip through walls.
I was really just hoping to release some of the tension in my tendons.
I'm just saying, if you don't want it, then I'm gonna take it.
Does that mean you will take the funds?
No, I just gave it to you. I took out. You look at your fucking communicator, baby. And
This
you
is a
have-
very confusing expense approval.
It's long. Yeah, it's just keeps going. You get another email.
Check your communicator. Come on.
I
Yeah,
know,
I know.
goddamn!
What's wrong with you?
You don't look at your unread messages?
But actually,
Jeez.
you have access to 30,000 credits if you want. You can make your way over. But this will be if you're. So which one are you getting?
The complete.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you want the augmentation, you can have it, because I think it would be more useful for you than me. But also, if you're not comfortable with augmentations, then I'm gonna snap it in.
Okay, so you're getting the speed suspension complete. 30,000 credits even, no problem, but this will likely take the entire day for you. This is literally just surgically replacing the majority of the inside of your legs. Not just the tendons, but the anchor points need to be reinforced with titanium. With your metal skeleton, it makes it a lot easier, but there are still, like, this is not something designed for an Echo unit. It needs to be really, like, kind of fine-tuned. No problem. Mark off those credits. And you imagine the next time, you in about 8 hours, you'll be done with this surgery. You'll be able to, like, walk slowly and, like, move around. You won't be able to functionally use your speed suspension until the end of your long rest.
Would Echo be able to go to the very hot spring?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's going to take you a little extra long to get there, but yeah,
It's
you can
okay.
get there. And in
Echo-
fact, it's probably the best place that you could go.
So Echo will do that and then forward Shade 4,000 credits
Okay.
because hierarchy.
No
Counts.
No, I only sent you 30,000. I got 4,000 left. Or whatever. I guess I sent you 32.
I have 4,000
Oh.
because I feel bad.
Shade, to add to the stack of communications, you
This
get
is a
one
separate
more
thread.
separate thread, but 4,000 credits from Echo.
I did not realize I would wipe out our entire fund. I apologize.
So Echo, you make your way over towards this place, and making your way there, you would find that the surgeon that is kept on staff is an individual, very beautiful woman, round cheeks, warm toned, dark skin, curly hair. You could see most of it just kept up in a baseball cap that reads Milky Way Medical Association. in red stitching, but she is the on-staff surgeon, Rebecca Serpe, and she will absolutely do this for you. She says, like, 99% sure that she can do it right. So no problem. You go.
Better than 90%.
She's saying that like as you're like inhaling, it's like 3, and she's like, I 99% got this.
She's also
Dark.
wearing a baseball hat in the surgical
Oh,
suite.
1000%.
It's just like, good God.
But no worries, you entrust this surgery to a resort doctor, and that can't possibly go wrong.
Sir.
I mean, I'm not afraid. I feel like of all the places to go,
You imagine at the end of your next long rest, you will have a functional suspension. So no problem. That is what Echo is doing for most of today. Bubbles.
So the very hot spring competition.
Yeah.
When does that take place?
It's not taking place. So there's an attendant who's there.
Okay.
You let them know that you're going to try to do this, and they are primarily responsible for making sure that your body doesn't dissolve to soup.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because then you have to like drain the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing, yeah.
Bubs will just very
Can't drain a hot spring.
Bubs is kind of getting drawn into this
Yeah.
a little bit. He's trying to change Spice's dad, but also he's getting a little bit caught up in it.
As soon as you wake up, Ahsoka's already awake, and he's just like, hey,
Did you sleep?
I did, of course. Yes, of course I slept. But
you look
I was
tired.
really thinking, well, it was hard to fall asleep. I was thinking about how much money we could win if I could just convince Shade or Echo to be strong and do the hot spring.
I could definitely do it. But like I think it'd just be like a fun thing for us to do. Like, it's the money.
Bobbles, the only thing that I need from you is to really just bring me to the people who can do it.
Oh yeah, well you're looking at them. I can do it.
This is embarrassing. I don't think you can.
I can. You should see me like in fights. Like I don't ever go down. I am like the strongest. Like so strong. Like you have no idea.
Well, then do it.
You don't have to convince me. It was my idea.
Are you just going?
Yeah. I just need to get ready real quick. Can you just give me a couple seconds? I have to like have a morning routine and everything.
I'm literally a captive audience. Yes, of course.
Hisoka's there for Bub's morning affirmations.
Bubs is going to. He's feeling.
He goes into the bathroom. He's like, "You are good. You are long.
Yeah, Bubs is.
You are bald.
Bubs is not really
Bald
doing.
is beautiful, and that's okay."
Bubs is feeling a little bit kind of not affirmation-y, but more of like influencey by other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Peer pressured.
Yeah, Bubs is very susceptible to peer pressure.
Oh, yeah.
As I've basically kind of done a lot. especially from the Amitos.
the Amino family is
Amino
really
family
keyed
has a
into
lot
this.
of peer
Yeah.
pressure on Bubs. It's a very
This seems to be a pretty familiar family dynamic.
yeah. Bubs is kind of afraid he might not do this, so he is going to just very discreetly just text Gibbs and ask Gibbs, hey Gibbs, do you have any of those synth sleeves anymore?
Sure.
I don't know.
Can you it will can you just just put it some in like a brown bag and just leave it outside my door real quick?
What?
Why?
They spray cans?
Just
Make it as suspicious as
no reason.
It sounds like a little emoji with the eyebrows going like. Mer?
Oh well, just like I don't know, like just like if you have like any other like better like containers like any beauty product containers that I could hide it in or something.
Why do you need it?
Oh. No reason. I just, I always want to be prepared. And when we had it on the last mission on the Vesk, I didn't have any, and you had like, some leftover ones, and I figured I used them so much.
Are you hungry?
Well,
I realized I forgot to add Gibbs back to the overlay as we were fidgeting so much.
I am pretty peckish, but
You want breakfast?
could you just drop that off for me, and then we can get breakfast?
Okay. I'll see you at breakfast.
No, can you leave it at my front door?
Yeah.
Like,
And
right
then
now?
you're coming to breakfast?
Yeah, I promise you.
Okay, great. Gibbs does this really odd task.
Okay, it's a
but
weird
she
task.
wraps it in like the outside of the toilet paper from the from the like hotel, like
Sure.
you know when you have a single.
It is all like Elysium branded, like gold and white wrapping, and so yeah, no problem. You take it off. It's like marbled paper, the wrapping for the toilet paper.
Cool.
But no problem. You wrap it up like that. You have a very nice little
Bubs
package.
will like walk over to because your still gets tied to him.
Yeah.
And he'll go to the front door. I need special toilet paper. I have a very one time I learned a mistake with a one ply toilet paper.
Can I
and
be
it was a big
honest with
mistake,
you?
and I would never do it again.
Bidets are really the way to go.
They really are. Oh, I've never. What are
Smart.
what are those?
I mean, you actually reach your hand in. Ugh. Let me show you a video. Can I borrow your communicator?
Oh well,
And he goes-
I can look it up and
yeah.
I'll show it to him.
And so he like helps you search up bidets and their use, and it's horrifying, because like first you're like looking up like at like what looks like a bathroom ceiling
Yeah.
through this ring, and then you see like somebody kind of stepping over, and then their
No,
pants lower,
no.
and then you
No,
see it
no,
all.
no.
And Ahsoka, ESPN like talks you through it, and so he's like, so you see here, this is where scooping, so inelegant, but and he like talks through the whole thing, play by play, and really gives you like a fundamentals on how the bidet is so much more cleanly. It is so much more practical, less abrasion. Like,
wow.
way better.
This is so cool. It's like, and like Bubs like realized, wow, this guy's like trying to like have a conversation with him. But Bubs is like, no,
I'm
motion.
not gambling.
Yeah.
Conversation.
So the Lashunta brought us to an intergalactic community. We brought them bidets. And now a Lashunta brings a human a bidet.
He was
It's
scooping
come
it out
full
with their
circle.
fucking hands.
I was literally just going to role play like, did you know humans weren't able to come up with this themselves? The Greys had to introduce it. But no worries.
Listen,
So,
it's canon.
So Bubs will take the gift from Gibbs and he'll go into the bathroom and he'll like kind of he'll like leave like he'll like the handcuff at the door and stuff, and he will basically
Spray like a teenager uses Axe body spray.
but Bubs kind of thinks that maybe do I have enough time like to spray it on myself and then go to the hot spring right away, or do I need to like is there gonna be like a wait?
you don't know.
Okay. Is there okay? What Bubs will do then is he has a can of like Axe spray, kind of like deodorant thing. He will swap the labels.
Okay,
Yeah, and he will spray himself.
make a cultures check.
Oh, a 19.
I tried to steal from
Okay.
the casino.
Phenomenal.
19 plus 12.
Yeah.
You were not successful stealing from the casino, but you're almost certain to be successful swapping these labels. It looks just like a can of Battle Axe body spray. Not a sponsor, but it looks just like a aerosolized deodorant.
Nice. And Bubs is creative. He's very good with his
Yeah,
hands.
no, absolutely. You do a great job with this.
Um,
So you make your way in the direction of the Radiance Hot Springs, kind of
Yeah.
bypassing some of the smaller, lesser known ones. You do see a few of the guests who are here. You do pass by an individual who, like, vaguely masculine. They're athletic, blue-skinned, humanoid with hooved goat-like legs and a skull that spreads out into these wide, like, ridged plates. You see all these piercings coming off
yeah.
the ridges.
And the whole time we're walking, Bubs is just trying to hype up the fun we'll have.
Sure.
He's not really caring about like him, hurting his pride or like the competition. Bubs is focused on the fun, kinda.
No worries. So then, yeah, you really kind of zone out the other people that you're passing, and you make your way through to.
Fails on breakfast after promising breakfast.
Oh, damn, that's rough.
Damn.
To the Radiance Hot Springs.
Gibbs waits.
So that is what you're doing. Gibbs, you're waiting for breakfast in your room. Culinary synthesizer,
Bubs will
printing it
text
out.
and say, hey Gibbs, my stomach's kind of hurting me. I had too much candy last night.
Wow.
That's not true. Bubs did say his stomach hurt from the candy.
You received this live from Bubbles.
It was a lie. Can I roll a buff check on that?
Sure.
A buff.
Roll an insight check.
Sure. I don't even need to be here.
That's a 12 plus 11.
The hot springs episode.
24.
My, what is it, insight?
12 plus
Sense
11 is
motive?
23.
Oh, wait, 23.
So my sense motive is plus 21.
What the
I
fuck?
rolled an 18.
What the
You
fuck?
can't lie to me. So Gibbs just goes, goodness that he didn't want to come.
So you, like, the way that works is, Bubbles, you send this, it is a smooth message, but as you're sending it, I imagine that Bubbles, I imagine Bubbles is the kind of person who, like, you know how you can, like, turn off the sound of your keyboard on your phone?
Yeah.
I imagine that Bubbles hasn't turned that off. So as you're walking by, it's just, and you can hear, like, 1-to-1 the tapping as, like, Bubbles is walking away. And you can hear him just being like, and it's going to be so much fun, like, going in the hot spring, and, like, just building it up for Hisoka, and you can tell that you are being ditched. Easy.
Also, going in a hot tub with us.
Yeah, the
gross
bad
stomach,
rough
not
times.
a thing you want to do.
But you make your way towards the
Or with a
radiant
lot of
hot
food from
springs.
breakfast, I can't do it.
Shade, what are you doing for your first activity today here?
Shade's got a lot to process, but is being told to rest and relax. What are the options
Ooh,
to rest and relax?
guided meditation,
Process
Swedish
your emotional
massage,
trauma.
What is the
face
one that's
shield.
not going to cost anything? Because
Water
Shade
and
is
air.
also just approving expenses.
Almost everything is included. The only things that have added cost are the more expensive tattoos,
Yeah.
surgery, which, you know, comes with a cost. And then water and air is a guided meditation that also includes the benefits of, like, lesser restoration and remove
Right.
curse.
All right.
That costs 200 credits.
All right. Shade would probably take Squeak out of the room and just kind of like walk around, see if there's anything for Squeak to, you know, get like a pedicure or whatever.
Make a perception check. I know, I heard that.
Heyo.
42.
So the cut part of Cut and Comb is closed. It is currently occupied by Echo and this doctor. But the comb part, white wall, sleek steel floor that is just immaculately tidy and bright mirrors and soft lighting. You can see there's a number of seats here, but there's only one attendant. This is a massive, you see they're almost like a, on two legs, a humanoid wolf. This is a species called a Valaka. They have like beautiful white fur that is just very finely kept into these dozens of small stylish braids, little silver and jade beads. But they would absolutely give Squeak a makeover if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Free of charge. They would say, like, really, I should be paying you for this. Oh, come here, little guy. And, like, goes down and, like, innately, or this individual would introduce themselves as Urjani. Urjani seems to have this, like, bond with Squeak. They get each other and give Squeak a full makeover.
You
no
gotta tip
problem.
well.
That is next door. And so you hear this, Echo, like, in this weird fever state of your, like, anesthesia.
Just like kind of wait, smoke some cigarettes and watch.
You're just hearing this, like, really gruff voice say things like, "You're just a little man, aren't you?" And, like, really weird kind of visions coming into your head.
I does not know what this means.
Yeah. That is what this kind of half of the table is doing. Spice, what are you doing?
So Spice answers her phone. She like kind of peeps out the door. What is Mesra up to?
So Mesra would have slept in a little bit later than you because Mesra didn't pass out immediately upon entering. And you would see Mesra in the bed just sleeping.
So Spice like gets dressed or whatever, and she like goes over and she's like, Mesra.
As you touch, like, the shoulder, almost instantly, it
Like
is like...
4 hands?
Yeah, 4 hands secure yours. You can see 2 of them, like, grab your arm, and the other 2 are ready to punch you on either side.
It's just Spice!
But
Relax!
just stops, and you can see, like, the eyes focus in these, like, big golden
Jesus!
orbs.
How long were you in prison? My
She
God!
just, like, lets go, and she says, "It wasn't the prison. Those were pits on Mars."
Okay.
Kind of, like, collects herself back up and stands up.
Girl, you sleep in as much as you want. I just wanted to let you know that I am gonna go out and enjoy the spa or the amenities that this resort has to offer.
She kind of nods. She turns to, like, the hot spring that's in the room, and she just says, "I think I will enjoy myself, as you were busy with it last night."
Indeed. I would go through the cleaning cycle one time just in case, because, just for sanitation. Anyway,
You can see like disgust in her face, but she just walks away, goes to the bathroom, and closes the door.
Okay. I'll see you later, bye. Love you.
You hear the sound of like the sanitation cycle begin to like whir up. No problem.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
Anyway. So she... Did anyone go to Dren's? Obviously, no one else has augmentations. So I'm gonna go to Dren's.
Okay.
She walks down there. She's like, opens the door, winks both of her eyes, and goes, Dren! I've heard so much about you.
So you do that. You walk into this large, dark room that is set with these stone stairs that go down into it, almost like a garage, kind of. There is a glass railing that goes down the stair sets, and you can see there is 4 very well-lit workstations that are almost in spotlights in these dark rooms. So just like dark walls, dark floors, and then these 4 really well-lit places. The chairs are all very luxurious looking, dark leather, and you can see Dren. This is a Damai, which is like chalky pale skin, cool cast to it, dark eyes accentuated by stark, dark makeup, choppy pixie cut of black hair with neon red highlights, wearing this black sleeveless version of the white and gold Elysium uniforms. This is the only uniform that you've seen that does not look like the rest. You can see the left forearm depicts a massive star gelk, which is like a minotaur kind of beast that seems to be made of like shadow and blood, wielding a battle axe. And you can see behind them there is a vaguely humanoid, sort of like almost you could see they were like slumped down in their chair. Nothing was really happening in here, and so their arms had stretched all the way down and puddled on the ground. But as you come in, they kind of stretch back up, and they look almost entirely human except for these big black eyes set into the skull. But Dren kind of nods and just says, "So you've heard of our services?"
Oh, I have. And she does like the full once over of Dren. And doesn't even hide that she likes what she sees. And she goes, What do you have on deck today?
My day is widely open.
Amazing. That's what I like to hear. So tell me, I heard that you do the full in-clinic ones. But I don't know if I wanna do a full ability to fly. I don't think that's what I'm here for today. But I do love the idea of.
What are you dressed as going in here? Because you're asking about a 20,000 credit tattoo.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not asking. I'm just saying she knows about it.
Yeah.
What does she dress as? I would say she's.
He's gonna upcharge.
Well, I guess augmentations. I would say she's just in like bathrobe.
Okay.
She's in the like.
Spice is in the bathrobe.
Yeah, Spice is in the
Okay.
like Elysium Resort bath.
Yeah, big
with,
fluffy like
the
spa
slippery-
bathrobe.
Yeah, because if it's going like, she came here to get her skin replaced, so she didn't come here to like, I'm fully armored.
So important thing to note, as you go around this resort, if you're not wearing your armor, remember that in terms of your AC, remember that in terms of things like mag boots.
As a point of order for those of you at home.
An important thing to keep in mind.
Right.
Talon.
Because my AC goes down by like 50 points.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's up there. I've heard so much about you, darling. Does her item tattoo, is that the thing that you were describing earlier?
Yes.
That she can like pull it out? I heard you can, so she's saying like, I heard you can do this thing where you like reach over, you touch your tattoo and you pull an item out?
It's called an item tattoo. Not the hardest thing to do. But yes,
Do you have one?
I have several.
Could you demonstrate? Please?
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
This is my sandwich sleeve.
Can someone give me a D8? I literally don't. I have all the other dice except for a D8.
Right
Thank
there.
you. Thank you.
It is not. It's a D4.
I'm gonna use my once a day reroll. That was worse. Okay, great. Well. Diplomacy check. I'm gonna say Mimikyu is up by me. She's floating around.
Okay.
So that's +2.
Well, you have to spend the hour to have that.
Oh wait, no, isn't Mimikyu as a part of my? No, it's just like a starfish that attaches to my hip. What do you mean
I
spend the hour?
believe It takes 10 minutes of speaking with the Mimikyu that we're calling.
I've had Mimikyus. I mean, sorry, Cinemikyu for
Cinemikyu.
days.
You need to like confer with it to get the advice to better engage in the.
Oh
social
yeah, you're right.
interaction.
You're right. And I didn't do
10
that.
minutes. Yeah.
Whatever. She didn't do that before she walked in,
Okay, so no worries.
so it's not +2. Okay, so still.
It could be the Cinemikyu going, maybe you should put some pants on before
Okay.
leaving your room.
So 13 plus 2 is 15 plus
Hey, your dick's hanging out.
35, 34.
34.
Just picturing like a
The 34, she looks you up and down, and kind of reading your expression, you can see she reaches down to the left, but goes past this axe and reaches down to where you can see there is like the tail of a snake, or what looks like a snake, like a rattlesnake around her leg. And she kind of reaches into the skin, and you can see the fingers disappear like the skin is an illusion. And she pulls what is almost like this electronic cybernetic, almost like a python. And as she pulls it out, it gets longer and longer until she can whip it out and then wrap it around her neck. And you can see this is almost like a very similar to like a personal valet drone. This one probably meant for more industrial uses.
And it looks like a snake, sort of.
Very much like a snake,
That
like a
is so
metallic snake that
hot.
is just like
I
around
almost
her
made
neck.
Cinemikyu a snake, but I decided its like appendages were gonna be a starfish instead.
Yeah, but
I thought snake. I was so close to doing.
she
snake.
did that exact thing. And so you can see now just like around, and she just kind of wears it like this. And she says something like this.
Spice. Nice. That's extremely cool. How can you do that for me?
Provided you have the item and the time and a little bit of money.
You'll
speaking
see.
about-
Cinemikyu. Alright, this is gonna be a cool moment. So Spice, before she came down here, had Cinemikyu change into the shape of a starfish because that's one of its mods. So it just looks like a starfish, but then she tapped it so it's invisible just on her thigh. So Spice just pulls back her robe a little bit, taps Cinemikyu, it looks like a starfish, and then draws it up into her hand, and Cinemikyu will look like an actual drone.
Okay.
And she goes, I have something similar, so I think really what I need is, since Cinemikyu can be almost invisible, I love the idea of having it embedded in me, but I think I just want to do... I heard you had like a damage resistance one. Is that a separate tattoo altogether?
That's called an encryption tattoo.
What is that?
This is a tattoo that looks very much like android circuitry on your skin.
Yeah.
And when you activate it, it does give you some resistances for about a minute.
Do I activate it whenever? Is it a one-time use thing?
It's a move action.
Nice. And it's like resistance to like radiation or some shit?
It's DR5, and I
Oh.
believe it's DR5,
Damage
just general damage resistance.
It's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, that's 5 points.
Okay, so
It's very good for
I'm-
multi-attacks, too.
Spice also pulls out her gray skin, whatever, augmentation that she bought 1,000 years ago. And she's a little bit torn between getting the damage resistance one and her getting the gray, like, walk through walls augmentation and stuff. And she goes, what's the price difference?
Well, the price difference is I can do tattoos and not surgery.
Oh, I thought she was the augmentation girl.
She shakes her head and she kind of points down the hallway.
Echo wanted.
Sit with the food in
Oh,
your mouth.
And
you
she
are-
That was the
says,
whole point of why
Echo rushing down.
was doing it. And
Yeah.
Oh, shit! I
believe
thought that
surgery-
Dren was the one who was doing
She has the
the
tattoos.
augmentation.
I
no.
like to imagine
It's not
Spice
like a
eating
Dr.
something while this
Barber
is-
Yeah, oh, yeah.
situation.
Well, it is
Well,
a Dr. Barber
it is a
situation.
Dr. Barber situation, but it's not a Dr. Barber tattooist situation.
Oh, so Spice obviously looks super dumb, being like, what? She goes, oh, well,
I guess just tattoo my butthole.
yeah, literally. She's like, all right, let's do some damage resistance then, baby. Put it on the fucking Mosaic DM5 tab, whatever.
How much is it?
Yeah, how much is it?
An encryption
Damn, bugs
tattoo
are gonna
of the operative variety will run you 8,500 credits.
I don't have that much money. How can you do it for half?
So casual.
You're asking for half a tattoo. I can't even see that with a straight face.
I'm just
Whew.
like,
She
no
looks at you.
color.
Just the
The eye goes up. You can see the snake looks at, like the snake drone looks at her like, are you fucking kidding me? And she looks at you and she says, are you asking for half a tattoo? That won't be functional and it won't look good. I'll do it for you.
No, but I only have 4,000 credits, so can you just give me like a... She shows her that like tattoos of the Zanguthon, Hylax, and then Besmara in her mouth, and she goes, can you do like Triune on the back of my neck? Just like an ink one.
Of course I can do that for 500 credits.
Ah, it's so expensive, girl. How about 100? That's just ink. It's not even like a full installation.
Make a final diplomacy check. Full installation.
Do you have like a feat too that gives you haggling? That you used with the guy on Perdido?
No, yeah, that's...
Oh, that's
I-
Gibbs
yeah,
has it.
yeah.
Yes, that,
Grifter.
I don't. I just have
Yeah.
raw diplomacy. God, okay. So it's 18 plus 10 is 28 plus 2 is dirty 30.
300 credits. It's the lowest I'll go.
Never mind. And she'll just like be like, thank you, Dren. You're very hot, but you're a little bit expensive for my taste.
She smiles and she says, if you ever want to be a little bit hotter, come back.
Ooh.
Ouch. And she leaves.
Okay. You
I'm
leave?
gonna go towards the grotto thing then.
Okay, you make your way towards the grotto. Gibbs, what are you doing?
So Gibbs, like, the party atmosphere of the Yozokis kind of rubs off on her real quick because she is, like, very tired and her eye hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, the novelty of, like, Hoagie's new form is neat, but Gibbs is more like, I did that. You know, like
Yeah,
this is
oh,
like,
yeah.
like, this is, like, me
No,
personally
and
achievement.
the Yusoki will not let you forget that. You know,
Right.
like in like lulls, there'll be like this kind of quiet time, and then somebody will lift up a glass and just go, to Gibbs, the creator, and they'll just like cheers and like, yeah, absolutely.
But like there is a part where like Gibbs kind of has to check her ego a little bit before it gets like too dark. Especially with the drinking and like a little bit of drugs, like Gibbs is not, maybe the mental health isn't good. So when Gibbs wakes up, she's like, okay, we're gonna renew, we're gonna refresh, I'm gonna spend time with my friends, it's gonna be great. And like starts to try to like reach out to people and like goes to rooms and like the rooms are just empty because she like has missed the boat on like hanging out with her friends and they're all doing solo activities.
But luckily, Bubbles is like, yeah, I'll get breakfast with you.
Yeah.
And then you hear Bubbles just like,
Bail
fuck
on
that.
me.
Yeah.
So Gibbs is like kind of like gets a little wallowy a little bit of like oh like I did this really cool thing and like yeah like people are recognizing it but maybe not the people I wanted to like recognize the like you know advancement in power and like whatever. So Gibbs is just like okay
About my promotion.
I'm just gonna go do my own thing all by myself. Goodbye. No, Gibbs like goes to your room as like trying to make like human connection that way. So unless she runs into somebody, she is on the way to water and air.
Okay.
Oh. Great, yeah.
make
Actually,
your
I
way
changed
off?
my mind. I
Going to
changed
water
my
and
mind
air?
to the naked yoga thing.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
So,
But if Gibbs runs into you, you can see that she visibly brightens. She's
Oh.
like so excited to see you.
Oh, hey!
Oh, you want to do this thing too?
I mean, yeah.
Great! I washed so much for this.
Wow, they're actually gonna really appreciate that.
I know!
I mean, you still stink, but
But
like,
you know, it could have been worse. Oh, and Gibbs now, like, no shame and scars, so she kind of rocks with her like dead eye out.
Sure.
Like hasn't done anything.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Isn't gonna like result like she's a little vain, but not like unproud of like her like it's a battle scar she feels accomplished.
Yeah.
So doesn't appease others by like covering it.
okay, yeah, sure, no problem. You just rock this like pretty fresh wound. It's not healed in the way that would make it like even necessarily cleanly. It's oozing,
Yeah.
but no problem. You have that.
So Gibbs has done like maintenance on it, but nothing to like.
You can see like the white point of the optic nerve still like in the back there. Absolutely hasn't healed over yet.
Still working on that.
But
so.
no worries.
Nice. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I'm so glad it was you because yeah, I think we both could use this. This would be so good.
Hell yeah, girl. Let's
Okay.
go.
You make
Your
way
eyes
over.
a little bit. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. It's just gonna do that for a minute.
You make your way over towards this place. It's a druidically run meditation. And so as you reach the area that it is, it's outside. So you go out into like the terraces. And here, even though it is daytime, it's dark on this side where the sun is not striking. It is a tidally locked planet, and the light is really only coming from these orbs. But you can see they've lined up, and a few of them are glowing just green to mark the way where you can kind of follow it, almost like a quest tracker to get to your point. Eventually you would see like a little gathering of individuals who are all sort of ready for this thing. And this is happening on a big open terrace underneath the stars. There's like little bits of steam coming up around it, but it's relatively cool here compared to the rest of the space. You can see that below, maybe like 20 feet down from this actual terrace, there is a large like hot spring, but really more of a lake. And you can see almost certainly this is designed to be like jumped into after the meditation. But this is you can see there's like a little attendant who is here. Hang on a second, pull up my attendant list here. Okay, so you can see there is a Lashunta who is wearing like these layered sort of almost like robes to keep them a little bit warmer outside. You can see like the Elysium uniform popping out underneath, but they're taking 250 credit payments for this additional kind of add-on experience. When you get to this kind of line, Spice and Gibbs, who's paying?
Spice does. So Spice goes, Mosaic, we need this. And she's going to take it out of the Mosaic fund.
Okay.
500.
Arguably, yes.
So you
Wait. Before you pay, I want to make sure, because I can do some of this, but I pissed off the grandmother. Can you help me with that?
You're asking this attendant?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see this Lashunta
I can
kind of
remember
like
hers.
bundles up a little bit. And they just kind of say, I really just work here. I don't really know how it works. You can ask Cito about that. But
Can you ask her for me?
I can't really. They're already naked in there, and it's a little much for me.
I'll protect you. Don't worry. I'm on good terms with all the gods.
Yeah, your friends got you with all the gods, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just do it. Because at worst comes worst, even if it doesn't solve the broken candle thing, it's could be relaxing, right?
Yeah. There's only good things that come out of a good meditation.
I'm sorry. Are you going to remove a curse?
Yeah, I think it's a curse. I don't know. See, I don't know.
Make a diplomacy check.
See, I don't know if it's a curse.
No, it's not a curse. You
Yeah.
just
I pissed off a god. It's a curse.
It's
But I'm
it
cursed.
doesn't have mechanical.
18. What am I rolling? Diplomacy?
Yeah,
Plus 12 is
30.
30, please.
He looks around and then. Okay, look. I don't think that this will probably work for your curse, but I think I know somewhere that will. The head of security here, the last head of security, he had a curse. He lost all his money again and again, and he said it was because of some kind of a deal that he made. I don't really remember, but he found something deep underground in the construction zone, and he said that was going to break his curse. And he left shortly after that, so I think that probably worked for him.
Okay, how long is this class?
It's 2 hours.
We're going to the grotto after this, Spice says.
As she enters the
Just-
circle.
It's just closed. You're not supposed to go in, and they've secured it pretty well. So you probably won't be able to get in. But just be careful. It's designed really for more hot creatures, so I would bring some kind of protection.
okay, I'll just store all my armor in this locker right here, and then afterwards, that sounds really good and super helpful. But I could use some stretching of my hamstrings at least, I guess.
Okay, well, they'll help you with that in there. 250 credits.
Beep beep.
Okay, 500 credits, and you make your way in. As you make your way in, you can see it is just around this corner a big open terrace of naked people.
Gibbs is naked.
Okay, Gibbs already naked. You can see there is a collection of other residents here. You can see these 3 centipede individuals all like there. They're as naked as they always are. Their carapace is just, out.
Yeah.
You can see there is a blonde human who's about 6'2", closely shaved sides, kind of faded up towards where it's just hanging above their eyes. You can see they actually have a Harbinger Robotics tattoo on their shoulder. You can see there is an
It's like getting an
individual.
Amazon tattoo on you.
There is an individual
smile.
who is like almost certainly taking more attention than almost anybody else here. They're a female tiefling, very curvy, red lipstick, even though they are completely naked, and it matches their skin. You can see like long black hair.
Wait, she's all red with black hair?
All red, black hair, red
lipstick.
lipstick. You can see the horns are almost like onyx. They're just jet black. And there is like these complex tattoos in both infernal and celestial intermingled across her body.
I've seen this fan art.
And you join this individuals. You can see at the very front of this group, there is a Lashunta who looks to be leading this. They have no clothing on save this little garland of woven together fibers, and they begin to lead this ritual. You two are going to do this. Echo is in surgery. Bubbles is going to the grotto for this extreme hot temperatures. Shade, where are you going?
Well, I guess after Squeak's done with his...
It's very quick, yeah, to get Squeak a little glow up, pretty easy.
I guess Shade would just kind of wander,
Okay.
look, see if there's anything that strikes their fancy.
Make a perception check.
Sweatish massage.
Yes, sweatish.
26.
You want to come join the naked yoga?
I don't know. Shade wasn't invited.
With the 27, as you're walking around, you do note as you are like passing through the main lobby, there's a new arrival who is pulling up in this like very similar limousine to the one that you all took. You can see as the door opens up, exiting is a drow woman. Probably looks to be about in her 60s, like a tiny bit out of shape, still very graceful, dark skin, white tattoos on the forearm that make these graceful lines that seem almost like seams on fine silk, like if the silk was her skin. What you really note about this, despite the civilian clothing, is that almost all of it rings of GPF colors. You see oranges and blacks and these kind of small little like circles that are concentric and are not quite the logo, but almost like an abstracted version. This seems to be somebody from the GPF, although they bring with them suitcases and things, perhaps just on vacation, but this is a drow, and they make their way in.
Can I cross-reference this drow woman with GPF?
Make a cultures check.
registrars?
Want a day reroll?
No, this is actually pretty good for Shade. 19.
With a 19, there are so many people that look kind of similar to this. When you cross-reference it with like GPF records that you have access to anyways, nothing immediately comes up. And that would tell you that this is likely not a GPF military member. But yeah, it could be from a variety of different things. But you notice that person as they like approach the counter and begin to check in. And I would say with that check, as you're kind of like lingering, you hear that they introduce themselves as Bora Paingift. And you hear that they will be staying in room 205.
That's right near us.
It's right next to Spice.
Yeah, it's the
Across the
room
hall.
over.
Yeah.
Not going to cause friction at all.
Not at all.
Never.
They don't ask those questions when you check in. Do you
So-
have any races you
Does
made? Or...
this woman have any sort of comm or anything?
With your
I guess with,
perception check, no.
That was a culture's check.
No, you made a perception check prior,
Oh,
27. No.
Can I use my wireless hack to attempt to implant?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
I'm gonna keep tabs on this one. Now I'm gonna use the reroll.
Okay.
The
Ooh, I didn't get to see
naughty
that.
or nice reroll. From
Oh, you missed Naughty Matt too, which
Oh
is
my
really
god, it's a penis.
You should have seen
It's
his
a
outfit.
tasteful holiday.
it's nice and maybe a little bit naughty also.
I
Okay.
like
That is
it.
a great use of the reroll because it went from a 4 to an 18.
Who gets the
on the
reroll
die.
tonight is my question.
That's
No, there is.
Yeah.
I forgot. Thank you.
44.
Okay. With a 44, easily, you can implant Ghost on what you recognize as you reach out to it is a whisper comm. This person has like a seamless little thing kind of integrated into their ear. You still can't see it, but by implanting this glitch, you are aware of it for sure.
Okay, cool. So, I can basically like keep track of her now.
Yeah.
I'm hacked in up to I think it's 500 feet now.
This is just a spa stuff.
It's just some lady on vacation.
Yeah.
No
I
worries.
separate work and pleasure, okay?
Yeah.
So you implant glitch.
It's the first vacation she's taken in like 30 years.
Good for her. Honestly, good for her.
Good job, Brenda.
Yeah. We like
Her name.
She's
is-
just Brenda from accounting,
Right.
honestly.
Bore.
Good job, Bora.
Bore is a
Yeah.
word name.
Most of it, honestly, most of it really comes down to like saves that she has to make, so she's just getting fucking wasted. But no
Nice.
problem. You implant glitch, and that goes off seamlessly. You feel that kind of left behind as you walk
I'm
over.
not glitching her yet.
Implant
Oh.
Because I
ghost.
have to. Yeah.
Okay.
That's secondary
It's
territory.
the same thing, but
Yeah,
it doesn't do the
it passes.
deleterious effect.
So no worries. You do that. For all the rest of you, you find your ways to your various activities, and because it is 8:05, we're going to step away for a quick break, and then we will get to the hot spring.
Oh no.
The hottest of springs.
Why'd I just do
To see how strong Bubbles really is.
Why'd I do this?
We'll be back in just a little bit. We'll see you then. And we're back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, we're playing Starfinder. And you're a part of it. And also fuck yourself. We'll jump right back into our game as all of you begin your relaxation here at the Elysium Hot Springs. Bubbles. You...
Joe.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I said I was going to do it. I forgot right away. I want to turn our attention over here to Olive, who has won our Black New Year's attire competition? Contest
Yes.
theme. And for that has won a reroll to use at some point this session.
Can't wait.
There you go. And again, as a reminder, you can join us tomorrow night for Gold New Year's as the continuation of this theme celebrating Ari and John's wedding.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, yeah, cheers.
To Ari and John.
Okay, to Ari and John. Bubbles. You make your way over to this superheated radiance hot spring.
Yeah, as we're going, Bubs is gonna remove his armor. He's gonna carry it around with him.
Okay.
And he'll before he gets up to it, he'll spray himself down.
Okay.
Yeah, and he'll have some left over in the can in case he has to do some later. But
Ahsoka is gonna watch you do that as you like spray yourself down, and is gonna say, "What are you doing?"
oh, it's part of like I want to make sure that I'm protected from like the sun. And like also like I want to smell. I can't smell really good. I don't have a sense of smell.
It's always night.
Yeah, but like the moon has reflections from like the sunlight, so like
That's pretty smart. Okay.
yeah, and like
Nods.
and as we go to add to the credibility, Bubs is just gonna like walk him through his like routine of skincare. So like I first off I start with like a light dermabrasion, and then I oil cleanse, and then after I oil cleanse I do an essential oil cleanse. That's double cleanse. You gotta double cleanse, and then you put
That's
on.
too much astringent. That'll break your skin down.
No, because no. See, I have the same problem. People said that about my brushing my teeth. They say, oh well, that's too hard.
Did they say that about combing your hair too? Because that's the same thing that's gonna happen.
Got him.
No, I was born.
He stops. He puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes, "Look, if you're not strong enough just to brush your teeth, I'm worried about."
Look at my teeth. Look how and they go like this. And it'll show like Bubs' teeth, like they're very white and pretty, but they're bloody.
Yeah, a little blood. He just kind of goes, "Oh, look, I was watching the infomercials a lot last night because the channel was on.
Oh, you did it without me?
Look, the water's 120 degrees. It's going to be really hot. It can literally boil humans
Oh
alive.
no, I'm ready for it. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Come on." And he'll take his arm and he'll like kind of like buddy walk with him.
Okay, as he's walking, he's going to say, "Okay, if you're sure, but just know if you die."
No,
They're
I'm not gonna
liable
die.
for that.
I was born to win. Say it with me. Born to win.
Born to win.
Born
I like
to
your
win.
spirit. Hey, try to act like it's really hurting you, because I'm going to start betting people that you can't take it. I'm going to bet against you. And if it is too much, I want you to get right out of there. I don't want you to get hurt.
Well, no, let's not do the bang. This is just about having fun.
Yeah, no, it's about having fun.
Yeah,
and winning.
okay, then let's go. If we're just about having fun.
Yeah,
No
and
betting.
winning.
All right.
Do I
All right.
notice this at all as I'm walking Squeak around the compound?
Yeah, sure. Why not? You notice this.
I'm not gonna intervene, but Shade is now keeping an eye on.
Okay.
fucking
You're
Ahsoka.
supervising this. You make your way over to this chamber that is in front of where it splits off into two hot springs. There is a stone desk that is incorporated into the raw rock of this wall of this floor. And the attendant who is there is a human. You can see like must be oldest possible, maybe 21. They look about your age. And you can see they're just kind of sitting there at the desk, but they straighten up and they say, "Welcome to the Radiance Hot Springs. Are you going into the left chamber or the right chamber?"
Which one's the hottest one?
Well, the right chamber is the hottest one.
No, but the left one's the one with the bed.
And I think at this, like, Spice's dad just goes, "We'll be going into the left chamber today. Thank you."
Yeah.
The attendant nods and just says, "I'm supposed to remind you, if you do pass away while within either chamber, the Elysium Spa and the associated group take no responsibility for your death, dismemberment, or other damage.
Yeah, no worries. Is this the person? Is it
They reach under the desk, they pull out this hollow pad.
Yeah.
Sign here, please.
Is this the person that will pull me out, or is it another person at the wall?
Yeah, that seems like the person.
What if?
I'm going
Wait a
to
second, but
sign
you can
immediately
die?
after they leave.
Okay, you queue up.
Yeah. I'm gonna sign.
Staying on.
But also, Bubs is going to give him a very hearty tip as well.
Okay. How much are you giving him?
Bubs is just going to requisition from the Mosaic funds a nice tip of 200.
Okay.
And he'll put on the memo multi-night tip, so it seems like it's spread out.
Okay, no problem. You do that. He nods and he says, "This is very generous, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, you guys do a really good job here, and I want you to take care of me.
Let me guide you around.
Let me die.
I'll bring you to a place that I think you'll find a little bit more suitable for people of your species, people of our species." He turns and he looks over at Spice's dad, and he just goes, "Oh, not for me." And he just kind of like backs up and waits. The attendant turns and nods at you. There's like one or two other people you can see through the steam here that are kind of in these little grotto areas.
You're not
Both of them look like they're probably made out of stone. You would be the only flesh person going into this water.
You're not gonna get into it. I thought it was gonna be like a fun thing we're both doing.
You could see Spice's dad like still wearing like the prison kind of getup. They're just sort of like, I need to cheer you on from out here to make sure that you're doing really well. I believe in you, but I believe in you from here.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fun.
What are Bub's chances of this actually working out for him in any way? Given can I
Is this a life
get a
sciences or a
telemetry
medicine
of
check?
like
Sure, make a life sciences check.
the heat of the.
Who holds the record? How long?
What is
A
the
rock.
The human record holder for this particular spring, you can see it's posted on signage, 8 minutes. Somebody has lasted.
Wow.
What is the heat of this?
It's 120 degrees.
The
okay.
Sin
Fair.
Sleeves
It's not-
lets me handle lava.
120 degrees.
above boiling.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would just like to say the Sin Sleeves allow me to handle lava.
Yeah.
Hot lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for how many rounds?
That's
All right.
yeah.
That's
That's gonna be the fun part of it.
24. Okay.
Yeah,
With the 24, you guess that Bubbles has like probably maybe a 60% chance of succeeding at this.
of succeeding.
Yeah, Bubbles has a pretty decent chance at
okay.
succeeding.
What is the chance of dying?
Probably like 5%.
Oh,
It's not insignificant.
I'll be on like lifeguard duty, I guess.
you're kidding me? Bubs face higher percentage of dying every day.
Every day. So no problem. You sign the release.
Honestly, it's probably like not even registering in the.
Bubs
In
had a
the-
greater likelihood of dying from dehydration in the
Probability.
past.
Sex with Spice, that's dangerous.
As you walk away,
Probably safer in there than near Hisoka.
Shade, are you approaching the kind of check-in space now with Hisoka there?
Yes.
They're not chained together?
So you approach it.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
presumably you're not walking around with this guy handcuffed to you in the spa.
I imagine Bubs. I mean, I can still get in. I have that. We established that I have the coat trick that we've been doing.
Yes.
But
But naked spa.
It's not naked. You don't have to be naked. There are people that are, but you don't need to be. The issue is more like you see nobody like right next to another person with a jacket between them in the water. That would be very conspicuous. And in fact, like as you're approaching, the attendant would say, "Can I take your jacket for
yeah,
you?"
Bubs will unlock it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
He's a
you
free man.
unlock
I
this.
don't think he's gonna run.
You just
I
live
mean,
where we're about to
And if he does, it's more
I'm right
interesting.
there.
You can see he's just kind of rubbing his wrist, no problem. But he's watching. You approach, no problem, to check into this spa. Same kind of a thing. He would look at you actually. No, Ahsoka's watching from like the outside in this little chamber. You can see the attendant stops you and says, "There's somebody human attempting this, so you may want to wait. It can make the water a little unsightly. We're an oily group, you know."
I'll stay.
They nod. They say, "You could likely handle the right spring if you would like. Androids have lasted up to 20 minutes in this one."
I'll stay. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Ahsoka sidles over to you immediately.
You should bet with Soka.
And Ahsoka leans over and he says, "What do you think the chances are that he could actually do this?"
Probably 60%.
Fall for it. Do it.
Does Shade take
50.6%.
58.6%. That's very good. You can see he like does a little bit of mental math. You get the sense that he loses it very quickly and is unable to follow you in whatever calculation that you did. But he just nods and seems satisfied with that. And he says, "Would you like to make a bet on it?" "But why?"
Because I have different objectives than you.
"What objectives could you have? We're in a hot spring. We're relaxing."
I'm glad that you're relaxing. It must have been very difficult on the desk ship.
You can see he looks at you and he says, "What's wrong with you? You're very intense."
I'd like to know that myself.
"I don't know what that means." You can see at this, the attendant kind of like butts into your conversation because it's like a relatively small space. And he says, "You know, if you would like, there is fantastic couples massages. And you don't need to be a couple to take them, but they help often in terms of working out things that you may not understand." Ahsoka turns to you and just says,
Baby, you and me.
Perhaps after Bubbles is out of his competition.
"Very well. I think that would be fantastic. You need to relax." He turns and just very lightly offers up a "Go, Bubbles," and just kind of like,
Oh, you watching me?
down.
Bubs kind of like does like a pet thing with his parents. Go, "Look, make sure you're watching. Make sure you're watching.
He turns
You watching?"
That's my dad, not yours.
to the attendant. He's waving to the attendant. He goes, "I bet you 10 credits that he won't be able to last the full 8 minutes." And you can see the attendant looks at you, kind of looks over at Shade, and then just offers out a hand and shakes Ahsoka's hand.
Nice.
Okay.
And so Ahsoka has placed a bet on you failing.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
But no worries, you make your way in. Bubbles, as you step into this hot water, it is intense. As you touch it, even with your bubble, even with these synth sleeves, you can feel the heat just radiating against your body. And with these synth sleeves, it actually feels pretty good. You can feel all of the tense muscles relax. You can feel almost like there is like hair follicles beginning to grow. Like if there was any hair to grow, it would begin. This is pretty good. And then you almost instantly can see like little elements, like a little sheen as the synth sleeve begins to dissolve. I don't think it lasts that long.
It lasts an hour.
Lasts an hour.
But does it last in water is also
Yeah.
part of it.
That's the fun interplay of
He
it.
put it. He applied it
yeah.
at least 15 minutes prior, and it's non-soluble
Yeah.
in water.
calculating for the hypotenuse?
There's a 60% chance that
There'll
it
be
works.
some fun interplay. Oh,
No, I'm excited.
yeah.
Let us see
There's
how the
only-
DM rules.
There's
the
a 60% that
sleeves.
it works. There's a 5% chance that he outright dies, and that means that there's like another, 30-ish% of miscellaneous other
I hope you win
occurrences.
and you get your money and you don't give it to Spice.
Okay. So you put this on. As you step into this, you do see the sheen kind of
Yeah.
spreading out. But at least for the first 4 minutes, it holds up.
Okay.
Right around the 5th minute, the hot water, so intense here, begins to interact with the polymer, and you can see on your skin, it ceases to be clear. It begins to be cloudy at first. And so first, it looks kind of like your skin puffs and swells a little bit. Are you doing anything when that begins? You can tell what this is. This is the polymer becoming visible.
Bubs is like seeing that this is going to be like painful. And Bubs thinks just like for a moment, like time stops. And he thinks back to when he had a conversation with Gibbs. Yeah, like he,
Yeah,
like,
that's me. You're
he-
probably wondering how I got here.
No, Bubs like it's kind of like a slow motion of him looking at the bubbles
Sure.
in the hot spring, and he thinks about his own bubble
Okay.
and the condition that he's in,
Okay.
and he thinks about a conversation he had with Gibbs one time about him kind of losing parts of himself. He's kind of losing his ability to feel pain, he once mentioned. And he's like starting to kind of like lose a lot of his senses. He tries to take a deep breath. He breathes in. He still doesn't smell. It's not something he knows he was gonna do, but it's the loss of senses, the loss of who he is. And Bubs is like, I can do this. I'm Bubs. I can withstand this, even if it's something I'm going to miss. I can withstand this.
Make a fortitude saving throw.
And he'll like waver in like the water to like just kind of like hide the synth sleeve. Like
Okay, sure.
And also because he thinks like moving himself a little bit will kind of like keep him going, like
Sure.
kind of, like in motion.
No problem.
Okay.
Let the cold water mix in
you
a
stir
little.
the pot.
Yeah.
You stir the pot to help get a nice even coat.
That is a 13
Is this boiling
plus
water?
13
yeah.
plus
4,
120
12
degrees is just boiling,
is
yeah.
25. But I have a thing. Tell me how it works first, and then I can do my thing.
So with the 25, you are able to withstand the heat of this water for the first 5 minutes, no problem. Even as the synth sleeve begins to dissolve away and the heat truly sinks in, you are able to withstand it, but it's hot.
Yeah.
And Bubbles, you got really close. You need to make one more save to withstand it for the remaining time, and it's going to be challenging. If you roll the same amount, you will not succeed.
So we have to roll like over a 15.
Roll over a 25.
Yeah. Bubs thinks for a moment, and a part of him wants to fail.
What?
He wants to feel pain. He doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be this. He wants to be like everyone else. But he stays and
Okay.
toughs it out.
Guys, it's bub soup.
That's a 3. What I'm going to use, though, is my once-a-day reroll with
Okay.
my feat called Lucky, which allows me to roll an additional
Clear
3
the table.
dice,
He's got the big dice.
and I get
Additional
to...
3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So...
Oh!
That's
It's
That
cocked.
doesn't
It's cocked.
count.
How did you cock that?
Oh my god.
So
All right.
2, a 6.
Take a moment. Take a moment.
Think
you gotta,
about
like, let it
this.
roll in your hands a little.
Yeah. Don't like.
Wait,
Swoop it
miss,
out
yeah,
there, yeah.
give
Give
it
it like
give it a
a-
little jumble.
Yeah, give it like a.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Get a
good.
good feel for it. There you go.
That
Off the
okay,
table.
well,
Okay, that...
That was-
Matt
counts.
hit that one.
Does that
That
count?
I don't count that. No,
Give
Matt.
it interference.
So,
All right,
Dan,
fifth reroll. Here
this
we
is
go.
the final roll, no matter how it lands. And with the natural 20, what are the odds? With the natural 20 on your like 8th roll,
5 rolls. Sorry, just spit it.
you
that's my
sit
feet.
here and the synth sleeve just washes away. As you circulate it, the polymer shreds and dissolves almost instantly, becoming a little pink around you. You can see this like very much like a rock guy who is sitting next to you, still has like a towel around despite the fact that like no anatomical need to do so. He does like pull the legs out of the water and is now just sitting on the rock. But aside from that, nobody notices these synth sleeves. You're in there for 7 minutes and then 8 minutes. And Bubbles, you last a whole extra minute before you feel the need to emerge. But you emerge to a very disappointed Hisoka and a very smug looking attendant who, as you come out, offers up a high five to you.
Yeah.
Just gives you a big, crisp high five. And you can feel your skin like kind of smudge with the handprint. It's hot.
Yeah.
But you have survived and you have set a new record within the Radiance Hot Spring.
Bubs will like he'll go through the formal like celebration. He'll be like really happy. He'll like get the picture taken.
Yeah, he takes the picture. He's gonna say, do you want your friends with you?
Oh yeah.
Shade, it's Shade, Bubbles, and then Hisoka goes behind the two of you and gives you both bunny ears. No problem.
Is there a dog?
Takes the
Bubs will get
picture.
the picture.
I'm holding Squeak.
Okay, you're holding Squeak.
I like to imagine Bub's got a line right here on his chest, or like where.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like red. Yeah, like lobster red.
White.
Yeah, no problem. It looks like you have like a halter top that's slipping down a little bit.
Nice.
But no problem.
Bubs is really pale too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Oh, yeah.
a really contrast.
And you're wrinkly.
So
No, Bubs is
you,
not rich.
Spice's dad,
Or at least
Squeak,
in the water for 10
Oh,
minutes.
and Shade all just have this great picture taken.
Bubs
And
will
it gets projected onto this wall with many, many others. They say, just one moment, please. And they go and they look at you and then they reach into the desk and they pull out in your size an Elysium Spa. It almost matches like the uniform, but it's like a t-shirt cut and they give it to you.
Oh, nice.
So you win this t-shirt and they reach out and they pull out an Elysium Spa branded cred stick. And it's only 100 credits, but it's yours.
Nice.
And they hand it over to you and you are a winner of the Radiance Hot Spring.
Bubs will he'll like celebrate and like kind of like move off into like another corner away from the attendant.
You could get half a tattoo for that.
Because he wants to like kind of like do the celebration. He'll also before he leaves he'll ask the attendant for a copy of the picture. He'll send it to the group chat.
Yeah, no problem. He does that. All of
Gets
you,
back.
you actually don't have access to your communicator at the
I'm
moment.
naked.
Yeah, we're midway through.
Okay.
The only the only person that gets it is Shade because everybody else is either unconscious in surgery or like naked.
Would the fucking valet drone just be like, you have a message?
Yeah, but the Valedictorian's in like a locker right
Yeah.
now, so just stuff got a
We
message.
can check it later.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Echo gets it in a background process. Like, I don't understand life.
Bubs will go
They're
up.
like, all right, we're cutting them now.
Bubs will go up afterwards after we're done, and he'll like kind of go up to you, Soka, and be like, "Oh, that was so great! We had so much fun! Wasn't that
Yes,
so great?"
no, it was wonderful. You did fantastic.
You don't seem so happy.
He lost his bet.
I thought we were gonna do this for fun. You said we were doing this for fun. There's
We
no betting
did.
allowed.
That's part of the fun. You can't really have fun without betting. Do you want to bet about it?
No, you Soka, you said this wasn't gonna be about betting. You said this was gonna be about fun. You lied to me.
No, you heard what you wanted to hear.
Okay.
That's not. What is with you, Emotos? You always try to change things that couldn't just be fun. Like, why do we have to do everything in a way where we have to trick people? You know what? I didn't even do this honestly. I wore a slim sleeve on me, and
You can see the attendant at this is just.
we're far.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
waiting
say
until
that.
after. No problem. Okay.
I didn't even want to, but like, I learned it from Spice from doing all this cheating, and you're a bad influence.
Wait, you learned how to cheat from Spice?
Yeah, it was one time when we were in a casino together, and she was cheating, and
Is he happy?
Oh yeah.
and it just you're like the worst type of person. You always think that even if you won this bet, you would be upset because you could have placed more money on the bet, and you would look at the losses that you would have gotten.
That's silly, Bubbles. I didn't have any more than 10 credits to bet. I
Yeah.
couldn't have bet more money than that. You're focusing on the wrong thing, Bubbles.
I'm not focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on the wrong thing. This was supposed to be fun.
Bubbles, I'm captive. You made me sleep with handcuffs. Maybe it was supposed to be fun for you, but I'm still a captive here.
I can't change the way you lose. However you play the cards, that's on you. But you know what? I thought we were just having fun playing a game. Enjoying each other's company.
You were the one who cheated.
And it was wrong of me. I got so caught in the moment doing this, and
He looks over at you, Shade, and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes, I'm really very sorry to do this. Would you like to join us for a couples massage? It seems like you're very stressed out.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He turns and kind of looks around like for the signage. Knows even less than you two do about this place because he doesn't have a communicator. But eventually, like, you can make your way over to the massage center.
Polycule Grove.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yikes.
I'm gonna let
I
him go
know,
ahead.
it's so
Okay.
weird.
I want a moment with Bubs after
Okay.
that blow up.
So you let him kind of lead the
Go
way a
up,
little bit.
within eyesight.
Sure.
He's
Yeah.
going over the kiosks.
Yeah, like 15 feet away.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
You did a good job. You should not have used the silk sleeves, but
I don't know why I did it.
it was a resourceful move, if a bit dishonest.
I'm not a dishonest person, Shade.
Hisoka is.
I don't think he is. I think
Hisoka is very capable of manipulating the truth.
yeah, but I've had a conversation with him and yeah, maybe I did fall for it this time, but I had a conversation with him on the ship and there's something deep in there.
He is still a captive, as he said. You should treat him more like that. Whatever his situation is with Spice is not your concern. He has nothing to offer you. He just lost his last 10 credits. He will only attempt to use you.
Yeah. And Bubs thinks about just how all the Mitos do this. Just like... Yeah, you're right.
I appreciate what you did for me on the Vesk ship. For what it's worth as well.
Of course, Captain. I know that was dishonest too. Keeping that information from you. I understand being an adult doesn't always mean being totally open and honest, and sometimes it means you have to be a different person at moments. But I just wish I could just be myself. Just normal.
What is that? Self.
I don't know.
You have been a constant since I have met you. Slight variations are normal for everyone. More so some than others. But you are relatively constant. You are guided by something.
I meant what I said about resigning if you felt that my dishonesty would impact the crew, but I know you knew that was a false gesture, right? I know you see through me, and like you said, I'm a constant.
That is not a bad thing. I am still very uncertain. Back on the Vesk ship, when I saw Flora's, I felt something.
Well, what?
It is still. I hate you. But I know that that is wrong. I still don't understand. I am missing
Bub like hears this, and he's heard resent, but he's never heard hate. I didn't know it was that. I mean, I knew you were dealing with.
It isn't just you. It is a deep hate.
I think I'll at least try to be that constant for you then. Even if it's the thing that will like you back, even if you hate me. I'll be there for you. Even through the hate.
I apologize, Bose. It is difficult to explain. I value you on the team. For what it's worth.
Bubs like starts tearing up and he like goes in to hug Shade. And as Bubs like hugs Shade, his like skin kind of has that like sunburn burn on him, and he like kind of goes, "Ow! Oh, I'm a little bit tender still. Sorry, maybe not.
It's quite cool.
Maybe not. Maybe I should just get like an upper body massage."
You could see it. This like Spice's dad is coming back, having been at the kiosk here, holding like this 3 tickets, and Spice's dad will say, "You'll never believe this, but I was able to convince the machine to get us a 60-minute couples deep tissue massage. There's space for up to 4 people, so we could get 1 more in."
Oh, Shade, do you want to join us?
Well, you're actually joining
Oh,
us.
no, yeah.
Squeak could get one.
Perhaps you should. Oh yeah, does Squeak count?
Are you
Yeah.
bringing Squeak?
I mean, I've had Squeak here the whole
Okay.
time. Squeak's been with me.
If-
I'm chilling with Squeak.
No worries. If you walk in with Squeak, let me bring up my masseuse list here. There is this lithe star elf with long green and black hair that is layered into this huge wavy sort of series of locks down her back. And she would sort of raise an eye and just say, "This is a very unusual grouping, but
We're married.
not a problem. Please come on in."
It's called polyamory.
As we're getting,
It's the dog is what's throwing.
as we're like,
Strictly platonic.
as we're getting the massage and doing this, Bubs is just gonna kind of like be a little bit quiet. He's gonna be on his calm, and he's gonna start to rethink his approach to Yusoka's addiction and like how he was kind of played, and just maybe look for the infosphere for things that can help.
Okay.
1-800-GAMBLING hotline.
Yeah, literally. If you have an addiction, please call.
Pull this lever and you.
Yeah.
Go to the water and
Here's-
hear healing benefits.
Here's 3 numbers. One of them might work.
Start playing this game. Loot crates enabled. So
If the
no
cherries
problem.
line up, you'll feel healing.
Yeah. You get this massage. It is a deep tissue massage, and so Bubbles, for you and your like burned skin, it's not great.
Upper body only.
Upper body only. Okay, no problem.
You know who should have done the naked
the shoulders.
massage or the naked meditation is fucking Hisoka.
Yeah, because it cures
Yeah, I
addiction.
just thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about
Oh,
that,
you-
but
I did not. Yeah.
I
wow.
think it's better to solve it
Well, we got another day.
non through
Yeah.
mechanical
Yeah, we got
needs.
another day.
But no
Send
worries.
them there.
You have your time getting this massage. Well, that's happening.
That's like the obsessive
Echo
energy.
surgery is occurring on you. You're like unconscious, but there's a point where you feel drastically shorter for a little while. And then you kind of come to, and like even just casually stretching your leg, there is this like tension there that you know means that it's working. But you like fade back out again. You're, this is a process. For you, Spice and Gibbs, you complete this kind of meditation ritual.
So Gibbs is gonna set some intentions.
Okay.
And Gibbs is trying to really use this quiet time to internally commune with and hopefully start to heal whatever rift she's created unintentionally, a little bit unintentionally, with the grandmother.
Okay.
and apologize.
Sorry,
And be like, I'm just a little rat doing a little bit of yoga.
So over the
I'm
course
so
of this
sorry.
2-hour experience, you can see this individual, Elashunta, who you very quickly clock Gibbs is a mystic, begins to pull elements of the healing waters that are at the base of this
Nice.
up from this like 20-foot chasm, and they form almost these like healing, glowing tendrils that will come out and every now and then just kind of like gently caress people over the course of this meditation. When these tendrils of water touch you, you feel this explosion of healing energy, and by the end of the 2-hour experience, you are completely healed. You have gained the benefits of a long rest that will, as a aside, make it a little harder to sleep tonight. You do gain 15 temporary HP for the duration of your stay. This resets at midnight, and so even if you lose it, this will come back. You gain the benefits of Lester Restoration, should this occur to you and should you need this.
Okay.
Gibbs, your eye is not healed.
That's fine. I didn't expect it to be.
And Gibbs, at the end of this 2 hours, though you feel much more relaxed, you don't feel as if this connection to the grandmother has faded any.
That's fine. I gotta go to the grotto. Am I a better mystic than the mystic that's there?
Make a mysticism check.
Oh my god, so Gibbs opens her one eye just to like totally get
Make
caught,
more
like
money than him.
cop a peek at this
Yeah.
mystic.
There's no copying peak. Like you're allowed to look.
Yeah.
So this is,
My spells
Yeah.
are higher than theirs.
okay, with the 30,
around with the
as you look at them, you get the sense that you aren't just a stronger mystic. You're probably close to twice as strong, if not a little bit more. And so this individual, not like an overwhelming magic user by any means, you can see they're like walking back and forth, and in this guided meditation, they're talking about like, now reach for the sky and commune with your elders. And like all very like low level magic that is designed to like make, if somebody believes that it works, it'll work, you know? They're not casting any healing aside from the fact that there is this lesser restoration that kind of kicks in, and you get the sense as part of a overall ritual that this whole thing is. Your connection to the grandmother still very much stays.
Does Gibbs get a package email saying that if she signs up, she can also run these courses?
No.
She does. Okay.
Gibbs is not here to make anybody else feel bad, so it doesn't like let on or anything.
I will say this person's intention as part of your like mystic check, they believe that everything that they do is like for the good of other people.
Yeah.
They know it's not like crazy, like not everything that
Yeah.
they're building it up to be, but it's still helping. And you look around and you can see like this trio of centipede creatures who are all kind of cuddled together. They seem to be like a family unit. Like they're very happy. Like the people
Yeah.
here are happy and peaceful, and so it works.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, Gibbs isn't gonna like.
Yeah.
Gibbs is just for her own ego.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh no, but for sure, for sure. As far as you can tell, Gibbs, you are the most powerful mystic on this planet right now.
Damn. I am the most powerful mystic.
But you complete this meditation. That is your intention. Is there any intention that you have aside from just meditating?
I guess since like Spice is religious, she'll be like, "Hey, highlights, girl, just me checking in, being like, tapping in with all the resources that I have. I don't know if you saw what I just did back there, but I'm a good person and I met a lot of good people. So just check it in, say
Make
hey.
a mysticism check. And I want to be really clear. This mysticism check is a result of all of the praying that you've done to Hylax so far. This is maybe a chance where it could pay off.
Okay.
Finally. And I want, like, again, this is, I believe, the 7th time that you've done this. So
Yeah, she's reached out to her a lot, and as I leveled up, I
Oh my
took
god, you
this-
took Jinx?
I
almost took Jinx.
I took Jinx.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You and I are the same feats.
Wait, no.
If Spice was a
Let's
good person,
see.
she'd tip. I'm the only one who's tipped so far.
True.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Shade would have tipped the barber
Well,
for sweet.
If you forego your expertise on
Probably
culture
not
check,
too
you can use culture to
Yeah, spin your
identify shit. Nope, this doesn't work.
Just
Never mind.
throw it right at Kara.
So this is mysticism. Good thing I didn't take anything in mysticism. You got a +1 to mysticism, everybody.
I can't help, I'm doing my own shit.
All right, pray for a natural 20 here. 5, 6.
Okay. Total of 6?
Total of 6 in Starfinder.
Okay. over the course of this meditation, you open.
That's a good time to use it.
I'm going to let it roll. Thank you, Ari, for.
Wait. You gotta do the big.
Oh, I have to use the big dice?
Here,
Okay,
let me
clear
put
the
that-
table here. Ready?
Here, we'll do that, and then
You gotta
we'll
give it a
go.
spin like this, though.
Okay, ready?
Hit the camera.
One better. Okay.
It's two
It's
better.
two better.
Two better. Okay. So you, with all the intention that you can, reach out to Hylax, reach out to the universe, and try to impart some level of your belief and bring back some element of reward perhaps from that, or insight, or something, some connection. But as you open your eyes, you can't help but see the tiefling across this circle of people. Like, she's sitting cross-legged, and so like very visible to you. And like she just looks up at you and raises an eyebrow and then winks, blows you a kiss. And
That's where my mind goes.
Yeah, immediately just gone. You cannot.
Hylax, who?
And it's too bad because you feel like this is a very mystical place. You feel like this is a place where there is some ability to connect with the gods, but you see your goddess, and she is here.
Oh, she's around.
So
Damn
no
it.
worries. That is the intention behind your meditations. No worries.
Yep.
You all pass the course of your first day here, relaxing in various ways. For you, Echo, you wake up right as the evening comes to. It's like right around 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. And you feel sore. You feel as if your legs have had pieces replaced from them, because they have.
To the couple's spot.
This reminds me of the time my ankle got cut off.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that in the fan.
But for what it's worth, for the first time since that happened, you don't feel the kind of aches and pains of that, because many of those pieces replaced wholesale. This is like while you're sore, it's a good sore. This is like the sort of sore that you feel after going to the gym and lifting heavy after not having done it for months. Like it hurts, but you're like, yeah, that's good.
Can they walk?
Yes. Walking, but like at a human regular pace.
Yes,
You can't
yes.
walk at like Echo's normal speed.
thing
Your
it's
land speed is
spot.
30 until you take a long rest, and that's like ice for you.
Cool. Echo's initial plan was out of surgery,
Yeah.
get clears from baseball hat wearing surgeon to go to hot spring to sit in hot spring is good.
Yeah, no problem. You make your way, and you're creeping along. You feel as if you're like crawling hands and knees, but the doctor is like, and just remember not to go too fast, because like for them, 30 feet is like
is-
running.
This is. How do you bear it?
Just-
This is unbearably slow.
Just for another day.
It's so slow.
You slowly, full speed, just walk out. No problem. But yeah, when you take a long rest, you will have that benefit. You make your way over to the hot springs, and going to some of the more kind of general hot springs, or like the hotter one.
Hot.
Hot. You make your way over to where there is a 140-degree temperature that is just like roiling away. You can see like largely organic creatures not advised beyond this point, but the attendant will absolutely, like, again, even for an android, for the right side, will have you sign this little document, just kind of saying, again, Elysium Resort and Spa and all of its associated groups bear no responsibility for your corpse or any of the belongings should you fall ill to the hot springs. They give you the little hollow pad. You're used to signing contracts. You sign that contract, no problem. And you pass that over. You go and sit in the hot springs for a little while. And for you, Echo, you feel for the first time in a long time alone, but not entirely. In any given moment, you can just click over to the Echo channel and it's alive. It's a lot of like pre-flight checks and like monitoring different numbers within the drift, but people are talking again.
Flight simulator, but all the time.
Oh yeah, and you can actually like tune in and communicate with the Echo units if you wish. And for the very first time, even though you are essentially alone in the 140 degrees, not a single elemental creature booked in right now, you're not very alone at all.
Echo flip-flops between like cooling off in the 120 and like going back to the 140 just for like, the maximum relaxation. Throws like the buckets over the shoulder every now and then to get like
The steam.
acclimated,
Yeah.
and is just like shooting the shit in the
No
chat
problem.
and
No
fully enjoying the fact that they can shoot the shit.
Yeah.
It's like that vector was
Aw.
a fun choice. I bet that approach was real awesome.
Which?
Oh, just like that vector was a
vector.
fun choice. I bet the approach was real awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like they're taking as much as you can within the drift, which is all like tubes and stuff. You know, it's an interesting vector. They're taking about 3 days to get there, and so oh no, you use the drift beacon. They're there. They're arriving. They arrive no problem, and you are getting all kinds of exclamations of like how symmetrical this station is. It has just the right number of modules. If there was one more, it would be completely off kilter.
The layouts are accurate.
They are accurate. It is a little bit dated architecture, is a common kind of complaint here. But almost to a person, the Echo units are all very interested in the scientist who is aboard. This individual who they would put a picture in there, and Vesson has made their way to the Mosaic Bavaria. They're set up
I would like more serum, please.
in the process of kind of like
Brother.
putting
And
together
Is Listen gonna make an Echo army for us, like a good Echo army?
He's gonna
Elements,
fix
but-
Is any
Cindy's
army a
body.
good army?
Except for the chef.
None of you are there.
You're in there. All sort of curious as to this individual who is working on some kind of like laboratory setup in the room that is adjacent to. You get a little bit of a picture of Socrates' war room, which has a fully realized like 3-dimensional heads-up display where you can like holographically project different things and like move different things around. You can program like this is the rebels approaching the Death Star kind of briefing room. Socrates has built this for all of you within the Vivarium proper.
To Vesson, Echo just kind of like has the ASCII shrug
Yeah.
in the chat. Is like, I don't actually know.
Yeah, no idea who
We
this guy
send him,
is.
they send him samples sometimes. Maybe he does stuff, but would fully recommend 4-7 check out.
Ify?
No, 4-7 to check out with Peep to see about
Oh,
openings.
gotcha.
And 899 to check in with Evie.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second here.
No, 4-8 to check in with Evie, and 899 to check in with Socrates.
Socrates.
899 would find the war room. Dope.
Yeah, very interesting.
Cool. I find it dope. I'm so proud of him.
So your Echo unit would very quickly, after checking in with Peep, learn that there is absolutely some openings available for them. And in fact, should they want to, with your recommendation, they could jump right into Mosaic Team 4 right now. As there is an opening that was left open by the most promising member of the reset program, Ify, who was no longer interested in that. So let me go
Shocking.
ahead and change
Now
this
we
to
get to work with Ify
Android
forever.
operative.
Yay!
And that
And she
was
goes,
which Echo unit?
I'm sorry, which one? To check in with Evie?
With
Socrates.
Peep.
With Peep 4-7, the one who wanted to
Okay.
use
So,
their skills as a
Almost
mercenary.
immediately, if any of you were to check the Mosaic LLC, you would see that destination for the reset program has been scrubbed from the site,
Nice.
and that seems to be team member hired.
Yay.
No problem. Okay.
Living their dream.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, their dream is really just not being captive anymore, and then everything else is a bonus. But
Yay.
absolutely, you do that. Is there anything that you all want to do over the course of the evening?
Gibbs sends a text and is like, can we have dinner? There's this really cool grotto, but also, like, I want to hear about your days. And, like, there's probably a cute restaurant. Maybe they have tapas. Please?
The top scene on Petrus
Are we
is
still-
hopping.
Are we doing the couples massage?
So you all. Oh, so is that what you're doing for your evening then?
I mean, well, I don't know when it happens because.
So this, you would get the message like right as you were like walking in. Ahsoka has these tickets for you, and then you get a message from Gibbs, and Gibbs says, "Hey, we should get dinner. I want to go to this underwater grotto. Maybe we can get tapas." You have no idea what that means, but yeah, you get that message. You have the option.
Yeah, we can go. We can go to the massage that time. It's up to you. I don't care.
Can't leave Ahsoka alone.
We can bring him with. I got the handcuffs. It's up to you.
change of plans.
All right.
We're going to dinner.
Sounds splendid.
Let's go.
All right.
And I just send the name of the resort restaurant,
You got
whatever
a
it
table
is.
first.
There is no restaurant. So this is a place, culinary synthesizers in every room, but you can also press your little card and they'll bring you food wherever you want. So you can go out into the terraces. You can sit in the hot springs and have food brought to you. Literally whatever
So I
it
find
is.
like an
that you want.
alcove, like
yeah.
a nice alcove. Maybe
Yeah, I
buy
want-
some
I
like
want-
rushing water so it's a little more discreet.
Sure.
With like curtainies sort of things.
Make a perception check.
As we're walking to meet up with Gibbs, I want to re-handcuff Yusoka, and I want to have a scene with him after.
Okay.
16 plus 16 is 32.
With a 32, you find this little alcove. There's a place where like the stairs curve around, and underneath it, where the water has run down, has like carved this space out. And rather than fill it in, they've kind of erected this almost like little hidden room. It's a small table, only for about 8 people, but for all of you, you can just kind of crowd around. It's like a little bit haphazard in its shape. It's like natural stone, but you can crowd around this little table. And as you sit down, one of these little lights that has been like kind of hovering above begins to glow, and there's just this dull blue-purple light within.
Nice.
There's rushing water coming on the outside, and you imagine that provides some cover for your conversation.
Then I'm gonna send everyone the coordinates of this like really nice place.
Is everybody going there?
Start ordering food.
Slowly.
Okay.
I don't remember what the
Echo
food-
probably still beats everybody there.
Yeah, you're crawling and you still crawl faster than we walk.
The food?
I don't remember the benefits for our yoga.
15.
It was
temp
15 HP.
And the benefit of restoration while we're here, right?
So you have the benefits of restoration that just happens.
Oh.
You have the 15 temp HP while you're here, and that renews every night at midnight. So even if you use it, you'll get it back as long as you were staying within the spot.
Gotcha.
So as I'm gonna kind of signal for Shade to go ahead, and I'll catch up with him. I'll catch up with you in a bit, Shade. I want to talk to you, Stoke, about what happened.
Shade will go, but stay close enough.
You can see his eyes are like pleading with you to stay, but no worries. You walk ahead a
I
little
light
bit.
up a cig and walk Squeak only like a few feet away, but I'm keeping eyes. I'm watching as they're talking.
Sure.
Stoke, I'm kind of sorry I got mad at you. I kind of got really into the whole thing, and I thought we were kind of like, I don't know, becoming friends, or I don't know, just having a good time. I don't know.
You can't force people to be your friends, Bubbles. This, and he kind of holds up the handcuffs. This isn't really friendship. You're working with my daughter. I don't understand. I also don't have any access to money. There's nowhere that I can really go.
I will, I've been thinking. And I wanna start this kind of over. I don't want to have a kind of like an adversarial kind of tension where I'm trying to really make you feel like I'm scolding you for being who you are. But at the same time, you asked me to help you with Spice. And I'm willing to do that. And I'm also willing to unhandcuff you. But you had to do me a favor.
Yes, of course.
And Bubs is going to pull out on his infosphere. And for gamblers, there's something called the disassociation list, where basically you take a picture of them and they go to the casinos, and the casinos are like, we're not serving this person at all. They'll kick you out automatically.
Is that an
It's a real
IRL thing?
Yeah. It's an
Oh,
IRL
I didn't even know
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And Bubs will explain it to them. He probably already knows it. And the technology's really improved now. So once they kind of have a full 3D map of your face now, it's kind of hard to cheat the system if you're wearing a disguise or any other kind of thing to get around it. So I mean, this is gonna be like a thing.
Overdoing this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper calm to Bubs and be like, Bubs, this is a wanted criminal. You should not register to any of these things.
We're not gonna get him, but somebody will.
He'll say, Bubbles, if you would like for me to make another profile on there, I can.
What do you mean another profile?
You should look me up on that list.
Bubs will look him up.
Sure enough. Yeah, he's there. You can see.
Gambling.
So, hang on one second. Let me pull this
It's
up.
like default when you get added to the bounty boards.
Boy,
oh,
yellow eyes.
Right click, add subgroup, gambling addiction.
You can see that he has been banned from Floxam's Paradise, from the Rings of Zentris, from the Purple Party Palace, in the Chest of Aphrodite, from Liguria, which is a human-owned casino in the Belt of Vesta, in Gold in the Forest, the Casket Maker, like just a list of places where he's just been banned again and again and again and again. And you can see like do not serve, like it's just been added again and again. People have added him multiple times. You can see a list of aliases, and he smiles and he says, you know, I've thought about adding Billy as an alias for the next time, but if you have a suggestion, I'm open for it.
No, I don't want you to gamble anymore.
Well, I already told you I'm happy to stop gambling as soon as I win this last time. And it's not even gambling, really. It's a job.
You're always just this guy who always has to have an excuse of, oh, I'm just one more win away, or I'm just a down on my luck guy, but I got it one more chance. That's who you are. But look, if you want to be a father of Spice, I'm offering you a chance. I'll talk to her. I'm very close to her.
Make a diplomacy check.
Was.
Not so close now.
We used to have more sway back in the day.
Used to be real
That
close.
is
Kissing cousins, one might say.
15
Well, not that we're actually
Ooh, that's not
cousins.
bad. Or
I
bubbles.
won't.
Plus
I don't think
11.
we're cousins.
Wow.
I thought it was 19 at first, but then I was like, no, that's not how nines work.
It's a total of
9, what was it, 15 plus
16
11?
plus
is
11 is 27.
27.
That's
okay.
not bad.
Not bad at all. Ahsoka looks at you for a little bit longer, and he says, it's not even really gambling this time. Look, I'm not supposed to say anything, but this is a job. The casino always rigs against you, and I'm tired of losing. We mean to rob a casino, a big one.
Nice. You should tell him about Red. Just kidding.
I don't mean to gamble anymore. At least not like I used to. I hear what you're saying. I want to be better. I'm worried that I never will be good enough, but I want to be. If you'll talk to Spice, I really will do my best.
Okay, I'll talk to her.
And you can check in on me. I really will try. But a list isn't going to stop me.
All right. And Bubs will make plans to talk to Spice.
Okay. You catch up with Shade, who's just like a little bit ahead, and you make your way back. And before too long,
And
you can rendezvous
tacos,
with
and
kids.
pot roast, and mac and cheese.
Echo like gingerly
soup.
steps a foot into the hot springs.
And
How-
Lashunta liquor, and Lashunta liquor.
How do you stand it
Stand what?
going this slowly?
This is Echo just walking in normal pace and then just sitting down.
Wow, you look taller?
Yeah, what? Something's different.
Why are you so shiny now?
My tendons were massaged for 8 hours.
Wow.
That's a heck of a long time.
It required anesthesia and new parts.
Yeah, that's what the 30K was for. You look great! And she like punches your arm.
Thank you for not punching my legs.
Kicks your shit.
Yeah, and then she'll go down and punch you in the back of the knee.
What? Why?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. Ah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
But you
And like you'll splash into the water next to us.
Everything is so slow now. It takes me hours and hours to get anywhere.
Now you know what it's like to be one of us.
Food starts coming now, and so like this guy comes in. You can see he's like a half elf, half human, wearing like really buttoned up white
And
and
nutrients
gold.
cubes and motor oil.
He looks at you and he just kind of goes, "Are you sure?"
Yellow, please.
Ugh,
Hey, we didn't ask for your opinion. Don't yuck my yum, please.
that is fair.
You can just drop these plates off. Thank you.
Puts the plates down and then just walks away very delicately.
You know these
to
things
go
are called
get your nutrient
conches?
cubes.
The silver platters.
Did know that. You learn something new every day.
So you all have a little bit of
Where's
privacy here.
Bobby?
You do have, I believe, Ahsoka with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wait,
so-
he's with us?
We are
Kind of arriving into this little grove. Shade, Bubbles, and Ahsoka.
Where's Mesra? Is she just like
Chilling in
the room.
Okay,
She's also.
She's actually in the movie theater.
Oh, okay. Good
Well,
for
as
her.
long as she's
job.
staying out.
You know?
Can I pass your silk off to you?
But you have Ahsoka
Never
right there.
Let go of Hisoka.
You see Ahsoka sees Spice.
No, I mean handcuffs.
And across this table of like food and everything, you can see Ahsoka just goes, "Spice!" And he goes to like step forward, but then his hand is still like cuffed to Bubbles, and he kind of is like, but he goes, "I'm so sorry, Spice. I'm sorry about everything." He like hands go back to his side, and he just says, I understand if you're still mad at me, but I want you to know I'm really trying. I really want to try."
So I think what Spice is gonna do is she's gonna like go "Ugh," and like look between Shade and then Bobby and go and then back to Soak and be like, just sit down.
He nods. He just kind of like very gently tugs on Bubbles to sit down because he needs Bubbles to sit down for him
Bubs
to be
is
able
like
to.
kind of in shock because he was like, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Even Bubs, like, the socially awkwardness of Bubs knows that was terrible.
Sure, no worries. So you
Everything
slowly
just got
sit down.
mad stiff.
You all just sit now stiffly around, and then this guy comes back and goes, "Yuck cubes," drops them down on the table, and then kind of makes his way away.
Did everyone have a good first day?
You know, the mystic that they employ here,
Perfect.
not very good.
Can I get some more Lashunta liquor, please? Thank you.
You can press this little tag, and like within 5 minutes, this guy comes back and puts a full carafe of this down. Like beautiful, like shaped, curved handle, little flecks of gold in the actual blown glass itself. Like places it down, and you have this carafe, no problem.
She does the thing where she like pours, like gives a cup, and then she like pours herself and just leaves it next to herself.
Okay.
She like does it for Gibbs for show,
Okay.
and then just keeps it.
Yeah, and Gibbs just like puts her glass near you because like Gibbs is probably a little hungover from last night. And
Okay,
it's like,
no
"Oh,
problem.
look at
Yeah, you were partying with
Yeah.
the Yasuki.
But how was your day? I saw. Hey, you! Congratulations on your win.
Oh, thank you. It was nothing really. I mean, I'm Bubs. I can handle anything.
What were the perks? Tell me everything. Tell me everything. Just
Oh.
talk.
Well, you had to get into this like really, really hot spring, and like you know me, like I'm like super good under pressure. So,
But if you were gonna be a soup, what soup would you have been?
does cold ice water consider a soup?
I guess. I don't know if ice in a bath.
Yeah,
is
it's
soup.
called ice soup.
You can see Hisoka's like watching this, and he goes, "So not to interrupt, but we were in the middle of going to a very nice couple's massage, and there was a change of plans.
Yeah, dinner.
That's all."
Maybe grotto.
Oh, that.
So, you know,
What's
we
a
had
grotto?
this thing. You know, Echo, you were there too. You know how we ran through that grandmother grave room? Remember that?
It was not enjoyable.
But like, ever since that,
There's a room to the grandmother here.
well, so hold on.
Just shut up and listen.
Yeah. So ever since then, I've been feeling like a little unluckier sometimes, and
You're gonna see like Hisoka perks up at this.
And I kind of fucked up one time with the candle when like. Anyways, long story short, I'm trying to fix this like I think it's a curse, but I don't know if it's quite a like curse. Because I can solve curses. Curses I can fix, but like when a god kind of like puts their thumb on you a little bit, it just makes you feel a little smaller. So I thought I would feel a little taller if I could fix it. But I am more better than the mystic that they employ here. So then I got a tip off and I explained the whole grotto thing. So maybe if we go to this grotto, I can solve this problem with the grandmother.
I think it might be more beneficial to talk to this security individual before going.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm so glad I talked to you guys about it. We should do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This sounds as if
Wait,
maybe
security is gonna not let us into an unfinished part of this building. There you go. No, you guys are guests.
Maybe if we tip them really well. I've noticed that if you tip people really well here, they like try to like help you. It's really interesting. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, if you tip me really well, I'll also be really nice.
I think money is important. And, like, I get it. But I think it's a good idea, both of those.
From your story, however, most of the employees are children
Well, they're young adults.
and are susceptible to rumors. Rumors that are not always true. Maybe fanciful tales. A second opinion would be useful.
A primary source. I like it. That sounds great.
This is the second time with all of you that I have been able to relax, and the first time was not relaxing.
I'm not trying to ruin anything.
What do
No
you
one
mean by
tries to ruin
that?
anything.
But I would feel more relaxed if I could resolve this, like, cosmic issue I've got going on.
Then what is stopping?
I thought it would be fun if you guys all came with me.
I'm down. I can breathe underwater now.
But also, I
bitch.
just wanted to tell you what I was doing. Like, I kind of plan on going.
I'm also interested. That sounds fun.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to get in trouble, and I'm not trying to do anything bad, but,
Just
like,
doing a little snooping.
I
in
got a
the
problem, and I'm
nighttime.
trying to solve it,
Yeah.
and
It
You
is
are
also
on
a
vacation,
construction site.
yeah.
All the
should
better.
Do what you want, but stay safe. You are going on to what is likely an unauthorized area.
Yeah. But,
As your captain, I advise against that. But
So are you
on
coming or
vacation.
not? That wasn't a yes.
But you are on vacation, so you can do what you want.
Yeah, but are you gonna do it?
No.
Alright.
So when are we gonna do this after dinner?
Yeah, tonight.
I mean, I kind of
Let's go in
slept
the
during the
nighttime.
yoga class.
I am moving incredibly slowly, and I am in not pain.
You look a little
Everything
stiff.
is stiff
Yeah.
and sore.
But maybe tomorrow? First thing, bright and early?
That's the couple's massage.
You can see Ahsoka straightens up at that and
Wait,
he
you didn't
says,
eat your motor oil.
"That sounds lovely."
Kid, Shade can eat real food.
I know.
Echo passes over some of the yellow nutrient cubes.
Yeah, Shade, you can go with Yusoka. And I don't know if you want to go tonight, I'll be down, but we can go tomorrow morning too.
Since Echo here took up this augmentation spot, I would like to install my augmentation tomorrow. So I'm a tonight or
Yeah, tonight.
never.
Tonight.
Could you go but slow?
I would recommend checking the reservations tonight.
She works until 12 in the morning. Let me see actually what she wrote down.
But he's saying, like, book it tonight for
Yeah.
tomorrow so you don't lose your spot.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
This is like
fine.
Disney.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
This is Disney World planning.
Hisoka at this
Yeah, 12. Yeah, she just till 12.
Get the fast pass.
will
Yeah.
mention, if this is something that could break a curse, maybe this could help me too. I've had a bit of bad luck, you see.
Understatement!
You can see he wants to respond to that, but he's really trying to respect the boundaries here. He turns to you, Shade and Bubbles, and he goes, "Could you perhaps handcuff me to your Yosoki friend? I could go with them."
Yeah, Gibbs, would you mind?
Because he didn't want to be handcuffed to me.
What kind of unlucky?
I just,
Which
I've-
god did you piss off?
I think all of them.
That's a lot of gods.
What's really going on with him?
Tamara mostly, but I think all of them.
Who's
Make
tomorrow?
a sense motive check.
Yeah, I'll pass the handcuff
Is it
as we're
luck
doing
that
this
he's
to
trying
Gibbs.
Hands
I'm-
over.
I'm
Cuff
now
Gibbs.
Yosoka.
Fucking
I'm
six.
Yusoka.
6.
Piss.
Really hard to tell.
Yes.
Really hard to tell.
Echo's like still like wearing off the anesthesia and the effects of the really hot tub.
Sure.
And so they're just thinking back to like the executive suite and thinks about the food that they could order.
Yeah.
So they go over to the pad.
Any color cube you want, baby.
Green nutrients.
Girl, don't go crazy.
Oh shit, we got crazy.
It doesn't take 5 minutes, it takes 6, because this is a much more advanced recipe. But this person comes back, he takes this tray, and he goes, I see somebody has developed taste. Puts the green taste down, and then walks off. Still flavorless, but the texture, it doesn't taste like sand. It's like a little bit more like food. Luxury.
Like breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Whoa. Got those panko taste.
No, not like
whoa,
panko
sorry,
crunchy,
come on.
like softened breadcrumbs that are also a
Wait till
little
you try
stale.
the gold.
It is almost too rich. Would you like some?
There's like an actual flavor of salt to these. Like, yeah, it's intense.
Too much.
But no problem.
Okay. So
It's too
grotto
salty
tonight,
for me.
Yeah.
3 of us.
Yeah.
Androids are out, I
Yeah.
assume.
Alright.
If Hisoka is going, then I will.
It's underwater, so you both are gonna have to figure out how to breathe.
I can hold my breath.
I have a thing that turns off breathing for me.
You're not gonna be able to hold your
For
breath.
a
This
full
is
day.
an adventure underground.
Is it really like a grotto underwater?
It's called the underwater grotto. Unclear as to why. There's not like an ocean on this planet, so
All right.
hard to tell.
Then I'll stop by my room and I'll get my spacesuit, and that works underwater.
Okay.
Doesn't it? It would, right?
So water and space are not the same. There are different challenges faced with both.
They must have a scuba center here.
So again, no ocean on this planet. These are like hot
probably
springs fed
were
from the
going to.
inside. Your spacesuit might work.
Okay.
Probably not.
Snorkel rentals for short people.
It's not a snorkel situation.
Because
It's like
then-
It's a scuba dive.
it's like fucking
Yes, Echo.
you know those big suits in BioShock?
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but also like it's gonna get hot.
Jam your trap.
The couples massage.
Yes.
If there's less people attending, are the tickets still valid for
Oh, yeah.
tonight?
Yeah.
Probably.
You could get 4 people to work on 1 person.
Okay. So Echo, you, yourself, and you all going to this couple's massage.
Take Squeak, please.
He deserves
You
it.
take Squeak as well.
Call me if you should need me. Because it gives the benefits of a long rest, right?
Correct.
Also,
Go.
no one noticed that Squeak got a fucking haircut.
Oh, I didn't notice one of the cute little goggles he wears.
Spice wouldn't have noticed.
But his butt seems especially shapely.
And it's a dog.
Is that a full blowout?
Okay,
You can see glamorous as Squeak.
stop by our room.
What is
Okay.
it?
Stop
Grab
buying rooms.
Space shoot.
Getting spacesuit. Anything else people are grabbing from rooms?
I think
Armor.
on the way to just like go fix up our rooms, Spice is going to, in a panic, be like, Gecko, what do I fucking say to my dad? My dad is coming!
Almost at the exact same time, like other side of the hall, you're with Hisoka, and Hisoka goes, Gibbs, what should I say to Spice? I'm really excited for this opportunity. I don't want to mess it up. But like opposite conversations happening on opposite sides of the of this like totally different emotional responses happening here.
Hey, when you said you were sorry, that was a shit apology. Can I tell you that? You know what makes a good apology?
What?
Actually promising to change and like following through with a commitment. Like you have to state what you wronged and how it made you feel and how you're gonna do better in the future.
But
you
I-
can't just say I'm sorry.
But I can't lie.
Yeah, but like then it's not an apology worth giving. Because how can you say that you're sorry if you're not actually feeling sorry?
I am sorry, but
Then how are you gonna make it better in the future so you don't feel sorry later?
do you think I want to be like this?
No, but I think you don't know how to be different. It's hard to rewrite our biology. It's hard to rewrite our habits and our choices. But you've got to start by trying and making a commitment to try. And that's not a lie. A promise for the future can't be a lie. But you have to hold yourself accountable.
Not.
That's what you would say. Help me with my spacesuit. Can you zip it up? I can't reach anymore.
He's like quiet, but he helps you.
Yeah.
He's like thinking. That definitely affects him.
Sorry.
No problem. No diplomacy check needed.
Echo was in the process of choosing which car scent to use for their aromatherapy. And feels like the insistent pinging of their communicator.
Sure, sure.
Little bold and tangerine dreams.
And so they pull it up in their little background process and reads the message.
AI, please write a response to this.
And you can see for the aromatherapy too,
Absolutely,
it's like a
ask
color
ChatGPT
wheel,
what to say.
and for almost like it's built for you in mind. It's made so that you can like desaturate the scent to have it almost like barely noticeable. So you could have a complex aroma like palette of meadows and like whatever, but barely smell it. You could like really kind of dial it down to be almost imperceptible.
Give Squeak soda machine treatment.
Echo just watches as like Squeak goes over and like noses a bunch of different scents and it's like,
Making a very discerning
okay.
selection.
And kind of lets Squeak go at it while they message back Spice.
First of all, you are not the one to apologize. You deserve one.
I just don't know how not to be so mad. Even if he does apologize, which I feel like we're all gearing up for it. He said it 7 times. I just don't know how not to be mad.
When you want to, you do a very good job of bluffing. Pretend you are at the blackjack table.
Ironic.
Take a deep breath. Calmly, I know you are not doing it calmly.
I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I know what you mean.
This is like while you're back in the room and like Mezer's like sitting on the bed. You can see like has all this gear from like this movie that they saw. It's a 4D movie, so it comes with like a shirt and like all this other stuff that's like
Got, like, 8
messy.
popcorn buckets.
And you can see like they make Kasatha shirts, which isn't terribly common. So like Mezer's having a great time. Yeah, it has like a big like commemorative. It looks like a robot gladiator with like a sword and a shield. Like Mezer's having a great time, but she just looks at you like breathing in deep like that and exhaling.
Like on her communicator, just like not registering Mesra at all.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah,
Before you speak, take a moment to arrange your face so it is a neutral expression, but serious. Then, explain your grievances calmly and demand an apology.
Okay.
The ChatGPT, does this help you?
Yeah. She'll
like
give
how Echo is
she'll-
Echo. Part of like the Pallades Rock operative training is like Dear Man and other dialectical behavioral therapy techniques.
she'll do the thumbs
clicks
up
it, he's like,
option and then
I'll
close the
check out
chat.
here.
Okay, no worries.
Let's see how it goes first.
Yeah.
So you think about all of that, and you have this advice from Echo.
Bubs is gonna wait in the hallway for Tips and Spice.
No
Is
problem.
there a vending machine to get oxygen from?
No.
Okay, just curious.
Just wanna get-
Ooh, is there an like hallway med kits? Don't they have?
There is no hallway medkits. You do know that pressing this button will enable you to like call for various different services, and one of the services that you can bring up is a staff directory.
Great.
And if you bring up the directory, you can see like the director is listed. The director of security is actually vacant right now. You can see supplies and
Wait, the
facilities
director of
manager.
security- Head of security. Is that different than the head of security?
Director of security is the head of security. That's a vacant right now. You can see there is supplies and facilities manager. This is an individual named Lisbon Twiggins. And they are likely the person that you would want to talk to about obtaining any supplies.
Can I send them a quick message and it's like, help, I forgot my oxygen tank at home. Do you have an extra?
Sure.
Joe, would I be able to just pass back and forth my alkylation torque? I have 50 charges, and each charge is for 1 hour.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you have to have it like on your
Okay.
And
person.
I'm trying to get one for Hisoka? Yosoki?
Oh yeah, we need for him too. Yeah.
Because if he's coming with us, like I got
Soka
space
has
to-
no mods, right?
As far as you know.
He's got none, right? I give
Can you
it
breathe
a
underwater?
You know that he has none. You're asking Hisoka that?
Yeah.
He looks at you
No.
and he says, I've been known to hold my breath for a long time. Why?
Because we're going underwater.
Oh, well, yes. Not
Okay.
for very long.
I don't know. But okay. If in the 2 minutes it takes for me to finish tying my boots, oxygen tank comes up, it's for you. But anyways, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, we're going on a pilgrimage, right?
Yes.
We're gonna set some intentions and tune with gods.
Yes, absolutely. If you think that's the right thing to do. My intention is to break whatever curse is on me and my family. What's your intention?
Can I just try? Can I just remove curse for him?
Yeah, sure.
How do I do this? Hold on. Restoration? Is it restoration that does it?
But it's not addiction.
Yeah, this is not a mechanical.
Oh, it's not really a mechanical
Yeah.
curse.
You have no idea.
I mean, yeah, it's true. I have no idea.
Maybe it is. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it is mechanical.
I mean, there are mechanical addictions. So.
There are.
Sorry, this is me not knowing my spells. I have lesser, remove condition, remove affliction, and restoration, and
Gibbs, what do you hope to achieve in this crowd?
I don't think you're there.
Yeah, you're there.
So,
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm carrying this guy around.
Everybody but Echo's going now, yeah.
Never mind.
Who are you gonna clip him to after we go?
So are you going to try this?
He's not.
Sorry, I just don't know which one
No,
I
he is
should
cuffed
do.
to Gibbs.
Oh, right.
Are you
Um,
cuffed
passed
to
it to
Gibbs?
Gibbs.
Oh, okay.
sorry. You know what? I'll wait. You
Okay.
know what? I think it's better if he just does it himself.
Yeah.
He can break his own curse.
No worries.
Ooh, well, you know, I pissed off the grandmother, so maybe we can find some place that I could make amends. I've never made amends with a god before, but I didn't really believe in God until I left my planet. And then I met Spice, and she's like all about it. And like, I kind of knew that there was like forces in the universe, but like actual gods, like not just like mumbo wumbo placebo effect bullshit. That's some powerful shit. If you know God's real,
You brought somebody back from the dead,
yeah.
and you think gods are mumbo jumbo.
No, that's legit magic. But like prayer, faith,
Gods are just words.
but they're not. I've seen the grandmother. She's actually cursed me. Like she's actually messed up my life and tripped me.
I've seen you decapitate multiple people.
But I can't decapitate a god. There's somebody stronger than me.
Maybe not yet.
Well,
Are we
solving
decapitating a god?
solving this, or at least getting an answer,
So
will make me
harsh.
feel better, one way or the other.
Hard.
Do you really think that you'll find it in this unauthorized grotto?
If we're going to decapitate a god, just a point of order, you should probably bring your other friend also.
No, we're gonna be like, no, I want to make amends. I want to fix this. I want to know what I did wrong. That's the thing, is like every god's kind of got their own rules, and if you're nice to one, you're gonna piss a different one off. And this is like the god of Yosokis. I mean, she's a rat, and she's
Gibbs, we're on the same quest. Just like me and my family, if I do right by one, I piss the rest off. We need to do this together, Gibbs.
okay.
He nods, and he's like, he's like ready to go.
Yeah, Gibbs-
you have
Gibbs is
this
like
partner.
eyeing.
You guys are on this pilgrimage
Cool.
together.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
good about this.
Gibbs believes in this quest.
Yeah,
Okay, ready?
Um,
You can breathe
Shane's
under one.
lighting up a cigarette.
sure.
Well, actually, I guess putting out one that's been.
All of you
for
but
like
Echo
over
make
water.
your way out into the hallway. You have this individual who did you order the oxygen?
If it shows up in the time it takes to have that conversation.
It would be longer than that.
Oh.
We're gonna need to wait for that.
How long does it say on the little tracker?
About 12 minutes.
It's not like we're going anywhere.
That's-
why,
I
why
think
are you telling
In that
us now? We're
12
on
minutes,
vacation.
Spice
Alright.
goes back to the room and does the thing with Echo and sees Mesra, and in that, the
Yeah,
12
okay,
minutes
cool,
like
cool, cool.
passes.
Gibbs says like ETA 12 minutes, meet
So
you in
no
the
problem.
lobby.
This Bruneri would meet you there. They're wearing the Elysium uniform. They look like a kind of bipedal otter person. They're wearing a tool belt and they have a little project notebook under their arm. But they are lugging a big medical oxygen
Nice.
like somebody would need for a medical
Like with the
condition.
wheelie things?
Yes.
Nice.
And
then-
they look over at you and they go, "Oh, you must be the person who ordered the oxygen.
Yeah, I know.
I've got it right here for you."
Is this going for underwater?
No,
This
No,
is-
no,
no.
no,
This
no,
is for
I'm
some.
It's for
oh.
medical.
Is this
I mean,
going to function the way that Gibbs is envisioning this underwater?
Technically,
Yeah.
The pressure's not gonna.
so he nods and he just kind of says, "So just make sure that you really get it firmly inserted into the nostrils, or else this model it's a little stiffer."
Yeah.
You know, I find applying some hot water really allows it to bend. Not too hot, mind you, because anything over really 100 degrees will melt the holes right together.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Passes it over to you, no
Cool.
problem.
Hands it to Hisoki
Is this
to.
going to
Ahsoka.
be
Ahsoka takes it and just kind of nods,
to-
not really
is this
sure
going
what to do with
become
it.
dangerous at lower depths?
I mean, unless you're going like, if this becomes a problem for depth, you're all dead.
Is this going to be a problem for the massive amounts of heat
Make a
and
physical
pressure
sciences check.
in a potential hot spring?
Make a physical sciences
depth?
check. Make a physical sciences check.
Yeah, we need some
Because
synth
Me thinks yes.
So we all
and I
go
think
into
Shane
Gibbs's
also
room and
thinks
just
yes, 'cause
spray
it's a
up.
29.
With a 29, unless this is being exposed to like a laser shot kind of temperature, you're probably okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will, I would say, with that physical sciences check, underwater, you're gonna need to do something
It's
to
not
supply
going
the
to actually-
oxygen, right?
yeah.
But you could probably hook it up to like a spacesuit or something, and it'll work well enough. It'll be clunky and kind of hard to like navigate
Right,
around.
because it's also a heavy ass tank.
Yeah, but underwater,
I'm giving
Underwater,
it
yeah,
to.
it's floating.
Yeah, that works.
I'm giving it to
despite
McSlow-
you really wanting it not to work, there's elements of it that will
I
probably
think
work.
All right, I'll do what I can to assist making it less difficult to
Okay.
utilize.
Oh, here. I of the hose, I snip with my teeth the like nose part,
Okay.
and I attach a funnel I've got
Okay.
from like the kitchenettes,
Sure.
and I put little like hole punch it into the side, add a little band, so it becomes like a
Ooh.
thing, you know.
Okay.
So that way there's no like fishing it up your nose. It's just a like slide it down your face.
Sure. You do all that. He looks at you and he goes, "You want me to wear this?"
Well, in the water, yes.
Okay. He turns, and this is like, as you all turn and begin to walk, like slow motion, like the door at the far end opens. It's like room service bringing towels, but it like opens in slow motion, like astronauts walking to a rocket ship. But it's all of you dressed in like hotel robes, this big oxygen tank, like just the weird motley assortment of different things, and you all make your way through. Like the room service person just wheels off into.
I do want to say I put on my armor.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
put
put
on
on
my
armor.
suit. I load up my guns.
Okay.
I
So in the
have
middle of
Cinema-
this
Cinema
resort,
Cube.
all of you walking through just strapped to the nines.
Yeah.
I
Like,
turned on
completely.
my morphic suit to change it.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
we
glamour
put
project.
we
Yeah,
glamour
glamour
project
project.
bathrobes.
There you go.
I got
So
little fuzzy rat slippers.
you try 4 different sets of outfits, and then
Dun,
finally you
dun.
make your way in glamour projected robes over armor.
Real quick as we're walking.
Shade's not doing any of that bullshit.
Fair
He
enough.
Never even took off any of it.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm
Shade
just
went into the
gonna
hot spring in armor.
try to say to Spice, "Hey, Spice."
You-
That wasn't in a hot spring, it was by it, right next to it.
Bubs was go, "Hey, Spice."
You know how in like Ghibli movies you can like see when the like goosebumps like go up their skin?
Yeah.
That's what happens to Spice. It's like a little electric like yes.
Um. Um. Never mind.
Gibbs, if we are going underwater, it would be advisable to uncuff Hisoka.
Well, I float, so
Everything floats down here.
we can.
You don't
uncuff
think
him later.
that's giant
Oh,
oxygen?
but here,
I-
and I'm gonna hand you a gun, the shield projector.
Oh.
It can't hurt anybody.
You're
It
gonna
just
give that to my
protects
dad?
I'm not
It's a shield projector.
really much of a shot, but I can try, I
But
guess.
I mean, I don't have anything else. This is all you get. But I want it back, and you can't sell it. And don't gamble with it. It really actually does mean a lot to me. Try not to lose it. But there you go.
As soon as you say, like, don't gamble with it, you can see, like, there's a brief moment,
The
like, far
money
away look in his
signs.
eye. And then he looks at you, he looks at Bubbles, and he goes, perhaps you should hold on to it just until we get down there.
Okay.
And he hands it back to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was. I trust you if you want it.
Thank
It's
you.
in my belt buckle right here in this pocket, under this other pocket.
Thank you. But hopefully we won't need it. This is a resort.
Right, but the head of security who went down here last is a vacant position. And this project for the grotto's been delayed 2 years.
What?
Yeah. You didn't see the signage?
This will somehow get you in the good graces of the grandmother.
Wait,
She's very natural
I-
and very old.
she's very natural. Because the problem was the microplastics.
You make it sound like she's like a shampoo commercial. Like,
Somewhere Echo
God.
is just really enjoying their life choices.
Hisoka at this says, I didn't realize the head of security went missing.
Oh yeah, no,
That's
this
what you're
is
talking
dangerous.
We should, at the very least, get your other friend.
Which one? There.
I look at the schedule. Echo's massage is done in like what, 45 minutes now?
Something like that, yeah.
I'll text Echo and I'll say, "We'll wait for you at the entrance of this grotto. Please come when you feel rested, relaxed."
Okay.
I still do not follow.
Okay.
You
Here's
get
my
this
thing.
little sub-process message.
Sometimes there's places of spiritual power in the least expected places. And
I think that is intended to mean don't go seeking them out. They just
I
will present
disagree.
themselves.
I'm just saying, like, you can't always get what you want by following the treaded path. I tried to do it through the means provided, and I couldn't. And so I'm just seeking alternative options.
And we could always run away, Hisoka
Can
says.
always run away.
I think it's a good idea.
I'm saying you don't know a lot about gods. I've never seen you, like,
I am not
commune with one.
questioning your knowledge on gods.
I don't know a lot.
Then why are you? Then what?
So,
let's
like-
just go.
Questioning how seeking out this abandoned grotto project is in any way related to gods.
The only
got a tip.
feedback I've gotten is that the two are related.
And what's the worst case? We check it out. Let's just go check it out. We're armed to the nines. Let's just
Hisoka
do
will
it.
turn and say, did anybody bring drinks? We could just drink the whole time.
No.
Yes, Daddy. Never mind. I do have listen to liquor.
I'm
What?
not saying you can't. It is vacation. You can do what you want. I just do not think that
So are you coming or not?
So, okay.
you will find what you are looking for.
So what? We
Right,
just gotta try.
But I know that I won't find what I'm looking for by staying where I am. So I have an infinite possibility of possibly finding what I'm looking for by going down this path, versus by not going down this path, I know I have no possibility of finding what I was looking for. So, of the two paths I have, this is the best immediate one to possibly find an answer to the thing I'm looking for.
While they're arguing it, does that take 45 minutes to get Echo out?
No.
Damn it.
Shade's not arguing.
I know, I'm
are.
trying to explain my, like,
Yeah.
process of, like,
Yeah.
So as a
I've
group, are you
tried
guys
the
going
thing,
to
it
start
didn't
having
work.
this conversation on the way to the grotto?
yeah, like,
Okay.
and also on the way to the grotto, is there, like, guards or stuff? Like, how sneaky do we have to be? Because I'll start to sneak.
So as far as you can tell, you haven't seen a single member of security. You make your way towards the grotto, and as you get closer, that's where it changes.
Okay.
There is only a single person that you see, and the grotto itself you can find because there is still like very faded signage to it. Coming soon, the grotto 48,
Yeah.
2 years ago. It's in the basement of the Elysium. And as you make your way down the stairs, still open to the public, there is a beautiful lobby with golden and white carpets over pale gray stone that has been carved into tiles that are hexagon in shape and about 4 feet across. It looks almost like a movie theater lobby with these large curtains of gold and white that are pulled across some of the bare stone walls to make it a little warmer feeling. It's dark down here, but you can see that there are chandeliers with strings of glass beads that are hung about 15 feet up on the ceilings. Above the sort of walkways where there are like vaulted ceilings here. You can see that there is an initial kind of entryway, beautiful carved like sort of stone archway with these beautiful little patterns on them. But there has been like this white tarp stretched across it, and then beyond that you can see through like the little holes in the tarp. On all of these beautiful curved stuffed leather sofas and seats, there are thick plastic tarps laid across, like the sort that you would see across like painting almost. There's white marble paneling that is on most of the walls, but it hasn't been put up all over the place, so there are several piles of marble slabs that must each weigh several hundred pounds stacked around the room. Beyond this tarp, it is just like there are several ghosts clustered around the room with like these sort of tarps over the furniture. You do see a gently floating, like brushed aluminum terminal that hovers about 2 feet off the ground. Just beyond the tarp, it looks like a 3x4 floating desk almost. And I would say that is the only source of light, just a little blinking light that would indicate that this is on standby mode. Aside from that, you see beyond the terminal a door that looks to be a very secure kind of computerized door. Still power to it.
And then this is where we'll wait for Echo. You get it? Why this is seemingly good of an option.
I'm still not quite following.
Okay, option A is stay, and that's got a 0% chance of resolving my issue. Option B is go to this grotto, and it's got a 0.000001% chance.
How quiet are you having this conversation? Okay.
Whisper comment.
I'll telepathically have this conversation.
Okay. About this point, you hear somewhere in the darkness a little.
Shade wasn't saying it in mind. Shade was asking out loud.
Okay. At the moment, though, especially with the way that you talk, they don't seem to have heard you.
There's a
You hear a
security
cough, and you do note as you follow the direction of it, there is a security guard who is here. They're wearing all black, like they're actually wearing armor. You see short, yellow skin. This is a Farron. They are kind of like
Is it
sitting in one of the
Thaddeus?
couches. It's not Thaddeus. And as far as you can tell. But you can see they have their communicator open and they are watching what looks like racing videos.
Let me talk to. Sorry, go ahead.
But their back is to you. They're kind of facing the door that you would need to go in to go beyond to the grotto. There is the terminal off and to the right of them, and like you could, in theory, walk straight by them through the door. You'd be within arm's reach of them. You'd have to be like silent, but you could theoretically do that if they didn't look up.
Guys, what are we gonna do?
You want me to distract with a conversation about fucking racing videos?
Tell them we're
Yeah.
That is exactly what I was gonna pull up.
Hisoka will kind of go, I could also do that. If it would be helpful.
Why don't you guys do it together?
Okay.
Together?
Ew. Okay.
Okay, you have to take the handcuffs though.
I am not handcuffing myself to my motherfucking dad. We set him free if we're doing this together.
Why don't we just let him free? I don't think he's gonna go anywhere.
Again, I never told any of you to handle.
I don't know how this started. I was.
This was really a Bubbles thing.
I also said you could uncuff him only a minute ago.
I know, but I didn't want.
I'll give us my spare key. So
Okay.
Oh, I never had a spare key. That would have been really awkward. But do you want to keep the handcuffs and I just unhandcuff my side and so you get to?
Take them if
Yeah, no.
He just keeps
We're
offering,
not
keep offering shit to these criminals.
So no problem. You uncuff
We're on
Hisoka.
criminals. You guys don't even give
He
shade anything.
rubs his wrist a little bit and he says, so what's the plan?
Destroy
Alright.
the guard.
Me and you, Daddy, are going to distract this man guard so our team can get into the grotto.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. He straightens up. Are you just walking over?
Yes, but her glamour projector is going to project, as we all know, the robe.
Cleavage.
No! I'm
Dead
with my
sex
dad!
Camera protects two people fucking.
Ew!
I thought you were.
I'm with my father!
Sorry. I'm sorry. A robe.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I'm in, like, pajamas and, like, a night robe. God damn, you guys.
Okay.
Sorry. It's me. I'm horny. Don't be mad.
So in a robe, you glamour project like the kind of Elysium robe over
Yes,
top.
exactly.
Your dad looks at you and just goes, kind of like straightens it. He doesn't have any
He
like
doesn't
way
have
of
anything
screwing that.
separate, probably the robe from the thing.
He yeah, literally all that he's wearing,
Yeah.
and so he just kind of straightens it up a little bit, but no problem. And he walks over confidently, kind of like looking to you, allowing you to take the lead in this situation.
Can help.
Okay. So as you guys get ready to go in there, she goes, "Hey, I heard. Do we know what kind of racing videos was it? Was it Lockout?"
No, so these are like hover cars. You've never really seen.
Okay.
I mean, you've seen hover cars. You're not familiar with this kind of racing, but it's probably just like any other racing.
Okay. So what she's going to do is she's just going to like casually walk by with her arm linked in with her dad, but then she'll like fake the like, oh, I hear what you're listening to, and she's going to say, oh my god, is that a, and then she'll just say like
He,
a
like,
make and
closes.
model of like any hover car that sounds like it would be relevant, even
Okay.
if it's not the right one.
Make a culture
Okay.
check.
Is that a Honda Accord?
Yeah, is that a
Actually-
Toyota Camry?
They do last
2004?
forever, so it would make sense.
Is that its NOS system?
Oh wait, where's my fucking D8? I got a D8 plus this. I actually have one now. Okay, so... Okay. Wow, so much better.
gotta
It's
try.
not. 15, 16, 19. Okay. 38.
38. So he slams his communicator shut as you start talking, and he like stands up, straightens up. He has no like firearm or gun. He's like a cop at a resort. Still very heavily armored though. And he turns and he just goes, it was a Harbinger Reaper. What? You're not supposed to be down here, folks.
Harbinger Reaper.
I'm really sorry. I think you've gotten to the wrong place. This section is closed.
Oh no, our rooms are just like, in the 200s. We're just doing a lap. I can't sleep. I have a hard time sleeping when I'm not in a Honda Civic or whatever the fuck, in the Reaper.
Harbinger Reaper. He looks at you and he goes, you sleep in racing cars? And this Ahsoka goes, since she was a little girl, it's just been the only way I've ever been able to get her
What's
to
your name?
sleep.
This is my father.
He
His
goes
name
and shakes
is
the hand.
Soka.
Make a diplomacy check now
I'm
as you
gonna,
kind
I'm
of
gonna
like,
sneak by.
Does
Huh?
he?
Did he just lie?
Not necessarily.
Spice
Goodbye.
did sleep in race car beds.
Not race car beds, but cars.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's a high roll.
Oh, that's tragic.
Here we
actually.
go. Fucking Jesus. So 20. Another 30. Wait, yeah, that's right. So 20 plus 18 is 38.
38. So with the 38, you listen to Ahsoka speak, and it almost unbidden brings back these memories of you in this car, and you don't ever really remember Ahsoka being there, but being in these cars on the way to and from meetings with your mom. And it was almost always you and Debussy just like in the car hanging out. Your mom, your dad weren't ever really there, but you spent a lot of time there, and it was an easy way to get you to fall asleep. And make a flat intelligence check.
This is good. I like this.
Okay, so like that wasn't even, she conjured that, but then she's like, actually.
I like this one.
So flat intelligence check is a 17.
With a 17, the only memory that comes back of either of your parents on any of these trips really late at night was one time that Ahsoka was there and you were crying and wouldn't stop. And he took you in the car because your mom said that's what would keep you quiet. And you don't remember a lot of the emotions. There's probably arguments happening with that, but this is 100% genuine, what he's saying. And he just kind of leans in and nods. You kind of nod. He like brings up like the communicator and he goes, oh, wow. I mean, you probably want to see this then. And he like pulls this up and it's just like a race that happened a couple days ago. And it's kind of shitty. Like it's somebody standing on a sidelines, like filming these cars going by really fast. It's probably his friend. And he's like showing it to you really excited. And Ahsoka's like, wow, it's amazing. And they go really fast, right? And he's like, yeah, no, they go so fast. And if you want, you can see like Ahsoka looks at you, looks back at the rest of the group. And are you all making your way in?
Yeah.
I do
Okay.
barrel rolls discreetly.
There's this great barrel.
Gibbs is doing full-on somersaults, kind of like,
My experience
Somersaults.
with Witcher 3
Just
says that is the
casually
best way to
walking.
see
Yeah.
this.
The kids are just fucking rolling around.
Yeah,
monkeys on the
absolutely,
ground,
absolutely.
Running
Yeah.
down the sidewalk. And
Gibbs
she's
is
just
like, this is how stealth works.
Bob is
you like
gonna,
stop for a while. You have part of the
So,
conversation.
yeah,
You just
just
keep
kinda like
walking.
walk.
Bob is
That's
gonna
all.
sneak normally.
Yeah, you sneak
doesn't
normally.
need
You
to
can
Yes,
see
it's
enough.
vacation.
You're doing it wrong, man.
With Ahsoka and Spice's combined efforts, no stealth check needed. You walk straight
Nice.
through.
That was a great scene.
You can kind of peel up this tarp and walk into the lobby. But Spice, you see your friends kind of disappear off into here, especially Gibbs, who somersaults through the
Yeah,
door.
I just watch and I hear it. I feel like I hear
And there's
it.
a moment where you
click.
feel like he's about to look over at your friends, but he's looking at you actually, and he goes, "No, pay attention to this part."
Oh
And he's
no!
like,
Yeah. Wait, rewind another 3 seconds. Sorry.
"Oh no, it's okay, you gotta catch it." And he rewinds it again, and And he's like, this is the part where you can really tell they're going to go fast.
No, I can feel it.
And you like watch this. Ahsoka kind of watches and noticing that everybody left, kind of turns and says, but I'm so sorry, sir. It's getting very late and we do need to be going. Can you just make sure that for us, you watch the entire thing? Make sure that your friend gets all the views for this video. It's very important. And you can see he goes, yeah, no, I got it. Absolutely. Have a good night, folks. Always good to meet another fan.
Oh, yeah.
And he like straightens out and really watches it. You make a stealth check. Ahsoka's going to make a stealth check as you don't have a distraction.
Can we get a bonus for it because he's watching?
That's factored into the DC.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. 26.
26?
Yeah.
Not super quietly, like a couple seconds go by, and then like Hisoka just pulls the tarp away. Spice, you can just walk underneath, and the two of you make your way in. You hear the sounds of like behind as this guy like watches racing videos, but you have made your way into the lobby of the underwater grotto. You see these plastic tarps all around, these various elements of furniture. You see this terminal now just kind of looming up in front of you, the blinking light, the only source of light within this entire room. Beyond, you can see that there is a doorway, a pretty heavily installed glass doorway. And you can see like seams around it that make it look as if it was quickly put into place. This was not part of the original design. This is military in nature, certainly designed to keep things out. It is mechanical in nature. There is no computer component to the door itself. You can see there is a sleek ring right in the middle where some finely machined part might fit to help open this door, but that is missing. Everybody make a intelligence check flat.
A flat intelligence?
Yeah.
Nice.
15 for Spice.
Okay.
10 for Bubs.
Wait, did you roll a natural 20?
12 for me in the massage
Okay.
parlor.
What?
19.
Like 15.
Are you still in the massage bar?
Shade, as you look at this, you are the only person who sees this image and kind of takes a picture of it and overlays it over the video of you approaching this place. You remember as you approached, you saw this sort of mural of this half human, half Kaiser angel, and above them, almost comically small, there was a half of a halo. Like a half of an arc, like a finely machined sort of ring. That is probably half of the key to get into this door. Hanging above the entrance, probably about 30 feet up on the facade, well lit of this place, where the other half is unclear. But at this moment, realizing that there is a mechanical challenge in front of you, not a computer one, because it is 10:05, as you listen to the Farron's racing videos behind you, this is where we end for the evening. But Echo, your massage coming to an end right at this point. And so you imagine you can probably start making your way to the grotto if you want
You can
to.
just speed past that guy. I think it's a race car.
With your long rest or the effects of a long rest, you can go real fast now. But thank you for sticking with us for this session of Mosaic Team 5.
110 land speed.
Jesus.
What about water speed, though?
Very fast.
Still pretty fast.
Pretty good.
You please stay safe. It is wild out there. If you can't wait a whole week to see us again, we will be back next week. And tomorrow. You can join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we play D&D, Courts of Everest. We are going to be engaging in the Battle of the Bards, the eulogy tournament for Lord Artasis. So you can check that out 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. Please stay safe. It is wild out there. We'll see you next week.
See
Goodbye.
you, Space Daddy.